向かってくるのか。逃げずにこのディオに近づいてくるのか。近づかなきゃてめえをぶちのめせないんだな。では十分近づくがよ。
I fucking love JoJo.
The
Dororo!
Oh man.
Dylan, that was the fucking greatest clip. Oh, that's beautiful. And that was the start of the For the Glory podcast. My name's Fat.
And I'm MicSpam.
And this week we have my special, awesome new coworker friend who's now my secret best friend. Fuck you, Corey. Dylan. Dylan, how's it
Hello,
going?
everyone. I'm doing well, man. How about you guys?
Oh, I can see Dylan. Oh, you're beautiful.
Yeah, no, right. Thank you.
I know,
Thank
he's
you.
so hot. He's
I
like
had to rep the,
hottest podcast guest we've had.
Baseball
And
season
with the
starting
best,
up again. So I
by
had to
far the
wear.
best microphone.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, I need to get one of those goddamn arms so it's not on my desk, and then I can just put my face up right next to it so I sound all super sexy, like, you know?
They're super cheap. They're only like $20.
Yeah,
Really?
I'll
For
buy
the
you
arm?
one if you buy me one.
Yeah, they're pretty cheap.
Buy you one if you buy me one. But wait, mine's the Ultra Deluxe Edition. Don't worry, it's on sale. Oh man. But we got a show tonight. We got a show. Dylan's first time. You moved here from what? Tennessee, you said, right?
Yeah. I moved here from Memphis, Tennessee.
Nice. And
So-
that was pretty recent, right?
Yeah. I moved back in excuse me, in like October. And I've been here. Like I initially moved in like 2017 here, and then I just sort of moved back for work, and now I'm back here. So I don't plan on going back. That place, it fucking sucks.
Thank God you didn't pick up a stupid fucking accent.
Oh no, yeah, that's sort of the worst thing is no one ever believed that I was from Memphis. The entire time I lived there, all like 25 years. And going back, I had Colorado plates.
Probably not a bad thing, honestly.
Colorado. Yeah, it's not.
I'm
It's,
picturing-
I
it
don't
really
believe
is.
you're from Tennessee. Thank you. Thanks.
No, I saw it more as a compliment. I definitely did.
I was just about to say, 5-year-old goes to like preschool. Hey, you're not from around here. Who's the new kid? It's our first day. What are you talking about?
We
You
don't
talk
like your
funny.
man around here, boy.
We don't like your fancy talking around here, don't
Oh,
you know?
God.
No, don't you know? That's Wisconsin coming out.
Dude, Wisconsin's the greatest. And that's why I moved
Is
away
that
from
why
it.
you moved out of it?
You know what? I have to say, Wisconsin's got 3 good things going for it. The beer's really good. The cheese is really, really good. And Lambeau Field's pretty dope. Go Packers. That's all I got. Fuck baseball.
That's all you
our
got?
our fucking. I mean, that's it. I mean, what else is there? Bunch of fucking rednecks and one Democratic state or county.
Oh,
What
that's
up,
just like
Rachel?
Tennessee.
What?
That's just like Tennessee. Mike Spam, are you coming
is.
through 2 audio things? I'm just
No,
curious.
I'm definitely not.
Oh, he's only
I
coming through
swear
one.
I'm not.
Huh. Okay. I'm just checking because it seems like you echo. But all right. Anyway, to get to the heart of the matter, I know I described it to you, Dylan, a little bit, but
Yeah.
how we do
feel
our
it.
show, there's really only one segment that's really engraved in stone, as you will, and that's
Okay.
we do anime reviews. And you just so happen to come on our once a month episode where we do anime movie reviews. So
Oh my
Mike
God, I feel so
Spam
special.
gave me, which honestly he gave it to both of us because we both watched it at
Okay.
the same time because it was
I
fucking
really wanted to watch this movie for a
I-
while. and
I'm
I
glad
didn't
you
have
did.
yet.
because I know it was more up your alley, but everything
yeah, for
about
sure.
this, everything about this show is good. Like I mean, there was one part I don't know if you remember mid-movie, but I was trying to find something negative about it, and they did these really weird like scene
Yeah, you're like,
transitions.
I don't know if I'm really liking the transit, but by the end you're like, yeah, I love the fucking transitions.
Yeah, I know. It was fucking great. Like, the characters are phenomenal. The voice acting, we did watch it English dub. Usually something I don't do. But I don't think it really hindered on my decision making, but it is a French anime, so I don't know how weird that would have sounded. But, oh god,
Yeah,
what?
well, also, I was really excited to see because
What the?
oh shit, hang on. I'm trying to find out what character it was for sure. So Vince, the skeleton guy,
Yeah.
Okay.
was voiced by Vince Staples. I'm a big fan of Vince Staples.
Yes.
And he did a very good job.
What was he in? I don't know this
He's a
one.
rapper.
He's a rapper. Yeah.
Oh, no
He's
wonder
not
I don't
even-
know.
He's not an actor.
Oh, the
and he's
RZA's in
not
this?
a-
Holy shit.
Yeah, Riz is in this.
Oh,
Yo,
fuck.
the English voice dub was stacked
All right.
with fucking yeah. RZA played the big gangster who quoted Shakespeare.
Oh yeah, his name was literally
yeah,
Shakespeare.
Danny Trejo was in there.
We good, Rachel. How you doing? Thank you for the raid. Sorry.
It's fucking yeah. I really wanted to watch the English dub just because of who they had cast.
Oh, okay.
And because it might have been a little weird in French. I think they might have rewritten it for the English dub as well because there were so many like Americanized references and shit in it.
There was a ton.
Yeah, I mean, that's usually how it is. I think it's weird. I don't know. Sometimes I think it's weird. When you have things like Liam Neeson is in like Ponyo, like the American version of Ponyo, and I think that's
Really? I
really
didn't
really
know that.
strange. Yeah, he's the
Ponyo's
doctor.
like a kids movie.
Nah, I mean, it's still good. It's you have to go in
I
looking at it as a
skipped
kid
that
movie,
one.
but it's still good. I think it's worth a watch. I mean, all of Miyazaki is worth a watch, but you know, yeah, Liam Neeson is in the American dub of that, which is really weird because it's like, oh hey, it's Liam Neeson.
Yeah, it was weird.
That is weird. Speaking of
Yeah,
weird,
that's why I wanted to give you the dub.
Well-
It's just because I was excited for the.
well, we had either option. You actually gave me a choice. I chose dub, but either way, though, I was trying to branch off like it. You know, think of something weird. The fucking story in this is off the rails, and we're not the greatest at not spoiling things, so we spoil a lot. But man,
that's
the
fine.
overarching
Spoil away.
message of the movie at the end is just like a total trip.
It's so. Cool.
It goes so far into this like propaganda speech of the like global warming is the enemy, so we gotta stop it by using a weather device to make it snow that stops the evil, but everyone's been corrupted by these guys and the whole world it's nuts.
It's not exactly what happened.
It's so hard to I mean that's just a part.
So the reveal at the end is it's this like alien species that pretty much takes the form of humans, and they have been systematically infiltrating governments and things to spread corruption throughout the world.
They
And,
feed off of corruption.
They base off of Southern California because it's never cold, because apparently they can't exist in the cold, which is
Okay.
why they were putting all sorts of laws and things in order to promote global warming.
Okay.
Yeah. No, this is
All
it's
right.
pretty bonkers. The whole thing.
That sounds amazing.
It is.
Yeah,
It
it's
is absolutely
great to watch
phenomenal, and everything beforehand is also phenomenal.
Yeah, it's also a fucking
Yeah.
amazing commentary on like impoverished urban areas in America.
Mhm.
And the way things kind of happen there. It's an exaggerated version of it,
Very,
obviously,
very.
but it's a really good commentary on it, which makes it awesome.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, I just added it to my my watch list. I have like this huge watch list on my phone, so I just added it.
I saw a trailer for
I'd
this
recommend
movie
it.
fucking forever ago, and I was so psyched for it.
It
And
just
I
came
feel-
out in
so-
October.
I feel like I'm taking
Okay.
over Fatz's review, but I loved this movie. Everything about it.
No, it was.
The animation was super cool, and the voice acting was great, especially with all like the knowable people in it.
I mean, you
Very
pin
cool.
you pin
Very
all
cool.
the normal parts of you know, a movie or honestly an anime segment. You know, characters spot on, unique, amazing. Story in general, unique, amazing.
On the gun.
Animation, gunshots, the shots in the animation were phenomenal. I didn't know this until rewatching the trailer, but Danny Trejo was the goddamn Bruce, the enemy, the whole time. He didn't like have his like thick Mexican accent to him, so I didn't like recognize him. Like I thought he was one of the like gangsters in that one scene, but yeah, no, he's main.
I think he
voice of
played
the whole
both
thing.
actually.
He probably did, but I mean, the voice acting is phenomenal. I like I said, trying to fine thing. And didn't you say this actually got like bad reviews? Because I got nothing bad about it. The whole thing was
it's got
nuts.
an average of like 2 to 2.5 stars on all the fucking review sites, all the critic sites.
I want to see.
But
Yeah.
you
so
can't go by those, really. I
yeah.
mean,
So currently, I'm looking it up just so I can help you guys out with the job. It's got a 6.8 on IMDb, a 47% on Rotten Tomatoes, and a 48% on Metacritic. But yeah, never listen to them. These are the same people who gave. I'm not gonna stir up Ghostbusters. I'm not gonna stir it up. I'm not gonna even bring it up. We're gonna drop it right here. I'm not even
no,
gonna talk
say
about it.
What happened?
It's the same people. Rotten Tomatoes is the same site that gave the new Ghostbusters a 72%.
Oh!
Always keep that in mind, and they certified it fresh. Always keep that in mind.
Oh!
That's all I'm going to talk about it, because it always opens up a can of worms with people. And
That's
you're
terrible.
entitled to like the movie, but just know that
You're not entitled to like that movie.
you're entitled to like anything. You're entitled to like anything.
That
you want.
movie is objectively terrible and is a spit in the face to the original Ghostbusters.
I think it is too, but everyone can like what they want. I'm fine with that. But always keep that in mind. Rotten Tomatoes gave the new Ghostbusters certified fresh 72%. So you can. Just
My
never
rating
cross
doesn't
them.
matter for this because this isn't my review technically, but I give this shit a 10.
Oh, I mean, yeah, if you want to just do it, boom. Yeah, no, I loved every second of it. Like, the animation's phenomenal, character development, like I was getting at, it's just all good. I was trying to find something bad to say about it, but it's
I
not
can find,
fucking
I mean,
possible.
Here's the thing about it, and I gotta...
Thanks, Corey.
Yeah.
That's a good call out.
5%.
They're slightly credible.
Yeah.
Give it to them.
Okay, slightly.
Okay.
Go on with what you were saying. Oh shit, sorry.
The ending, it didn't end very strong.
Okay.
And a lot of people will
Oh.
kind of base a movie off of the ending because it's the last thing you see in the movie. So it's
I was a
kinda like
little
the feeling
disappointed,
into
but
it.
it's not what you want.
Yeah.
But like the rest of the movie leading up to it was so fucking fantastic.
Oh
And that like a weak ending, I almost can't fault it for it. Like they had to wrap it up. I
Yeah.
understand that.
I think I'm honestly like bad endings they're okay. There's only one movie that I've ever been
I
so
wouldn't
pissed off about
say it was
that
bad.
the ending just completely ruined it. And that was Split.
Halo 2. Oh, sorry.
No, you're good. And Halo 2. And
Such
Halo
a
2.
reference.
Oh my God, what are we in 2007 here?
Listen.
No, yeah, no,
I will
Split.
never
Split.
forget
Hey,
that ending.
we're 90. I'm a
I'll never
90s
forget
kid.
that.
Okay,
Yeah, it's a big cock block.
I'm old
Dude,
as
the
shit.
biggest cock block of my life. I've been literally cock blocked, and that was worse.
See, I just want to disagree with you real quick, Mike Spam, that ending was not that bad. I think they hyped you up for a really good ending and what you wanted to see, and then they just denied you. I don't think it was that bad of a decision, though.
No,
Like,
it wasn't like.
it wasn't like a horrible ending like Mass Effect 3, you know? It's just nothing horrible. It was fine. It's closed. You just keep...
They could have ended it better, I would have said. Like, it wasn't on par with the rest of the movie.
What they could have done is just made the movie longer. To be fair, if we didn't have stream
Honestly,
glitch
yeah, I
issues,
could've-
the movie wasn't that long. It's only like an hour 30.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
90 minutes long. I would have gladly watched that for 2 hours or more.
Oh, definitely. Definitely. That animation was crazy. They did split between a lot of different like transitions. The transitions themselves were very unique.
They're
So
so
I love that.
They
The
would do
little
like
force-
cheesy old movie things, like the music would flare and then text would pop up on screen and be like, "Da-da-da, what's gonna happen next?"
Yeah, exactly. It was almost like you were through like the first half. They did a lot of that where they introduced the character and then did this like, here's his like title info and zoomed in on his page and he was all cool. And then they actually went to like it was a decently long scene towards the end where they shifted into just comic book panel style for a little bit.
That's cool.
It
Yeah,
was
that was a
they
really
shifted a
cool
lot.
scene.
It was
That's neat.
it was really good.
They
It
put
deserves a 10.
lot of
It
different
deserves a 10.
references in it. The gunfights. Oh, the gunfights were fucking spectacular.
Oh, that whole scene too. Oh, whoa, what was it? I can't remember what he said, but he quotes Shakespeare in his face, and he's just like, "I can quote Shakespeare too, motherfucker." Shoots him
Oh, he
in the
just
face.
says to be or not to be. That
Yeah, there. He just like, yeah.
Yeah, I love it. I love the fucking. It's such a, because it's such a look into what living in like a bad area is like.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Because I've lived in some fucking bad areas in my times. South Prince Street represent.
Do you have your area code tattooed on you somewhere?
No, I'm not that. No, you don't know how many people I'm friends with that have 717 on their fucking bodies somewhere.
Yeah.
But it was like a really good commentary into that, and because I kind of have a
Nice.
glimpse into that world, it was just so cool to me to actually see like a well exaggerated and accurate representation of it. And the scenery
cool.
too was like very cool. It was so detailed in every scene, and like you could almost picture this city in real life.
Oh, that's awesome.
The city itself as an environment was like almost like just a very great character itself, almost. I'd say.
Yeah.
The city itself was so alive, and they did such a well job explaining it. You really got a feeling, man, their lives is shit. That sucks. What was it? Just walk, don't ask questions, don't do nothing, don't even look at them, just keep
Try not to
walking
get
and
killed.
try not to die.
Yeah.
Exactly.
You don't want to look the wrong person in the eye, man. That's how it goes.
Next week, Rachel, we'll get you on. Oh man, for sure.
It's great. I love the movie. The whole time we were watching it, I couldn't stop talking about how much I loved it the whole way through. I couldn't recommend it enough. Anyone, whether you like anime or not, it's a very non-anime vibe almost. It gets science fiction-y for sure, but it's just super cool. It's a really great movie.
Let me just bring up something real tiny. Like MicSpam.
Okay.
Remember that guy's speech towards the end where he just starts it going, where he's all like, he's in the platform and he's connected, and the guy just starts going and going and going. And you're just like, what the fuck? Oh my god.
What are you talking about?
The ending part where the old dude who trapped him, right, starts giving his like speech about revealing all the information. It's like, oh, we infiltrated all these countries. Like that speech was so intense. Like it was like the longest in movie speech like I ever seen.
Like,
and he just kept going. It's like, are you serious? What?
Because the way they did it is they took like known like conspiracy theories that are out there, like popular conspiracy theories that are out there, and they explained it through. No, that was us. That was us slug alien bitches.
We did all of them. All that shit.
All
You
those
think you got
conspiracy-
cell
all
phones
those-
because...
All those conspiracy theorists were right. They just weren't being weird enough. It was actually slug aliens.
It was slug aliens
Yep.
who have infiltrated the
Yep.
government. The fucking president of the United States turns out to be a slug alien.
Yeah.
Spoilers, but it's
Charlie
not
Sheen.
even... He doesn't play a role in the show other than that, but...
He's also not representative of a real president.
That's true. Yeah, he didn't look like anyone really, but...
Was he Terry Crews from Idiocracy?
No, it was just some
I would have noticed that.
kind of white guy with the black on top and the gray on the sides, you know?
Oh, okay.
For sure. But it's a solid 10. Y'all gotta check it out. Dylan added it to his phone list. Or fucking...
Yeah, I added it to my watch list. You guys
Everybody
should,
gotta
check
check
it out.
that out.
I would highly recommend it. It's the best film that I haven't seen yet. I give it an 11 out of 10.
Beautiful. It's not a Food Wars. You can't beat Food Wars. So far, nobody's beaten Food Wars. But Mike...
Also, you probably have to find it on a sketchy.
Did I just walk through an
I
airport?
thought there
happened?
was like a fuzz tunnel there for a second. That was interesting. But anyway, Mike Spam, I see what you're
I
doing.
got it on cam now.
Oh, there we go. Okay. I was like, yeah, what's happening? There we go. Okay.
Okay.
That's that Elon Musk flamethrower you got there. I see.
Oh, everybody needs one of those.
Well, everyone has one, don't they?
Mike's
It was
been-
like fucking $20.
No, there's a better one. There's a better one out there. The sorry for the sirens. I'll find the link for it. It's like the Mark II something personal flamethrower. It's cheaper
Oh
and it
my
throws a bigger
God.
flame.
Oh my god, I have to have this in my life. I would never use it.
Man.
Okay. Well, Mike Spam, here's your trailer for the show you have to watch next week. And by watch the show, Dylan, he's forced to watch the first 3 episodes of the show.
Yes.
Unless you're me and you just fuck up twice. Alright, here we go. It's called Hikaru No Go. This is a J reference from work.
Okay.
No, I couldn't find a trailer for it.
Yeah. Hello, Rachel.
I'm gonna send you guys I'm not watching my trailer, by the way.
I just.
It's I have it up.
Oh, the XM42. Yeah, that's the
I just
one.
posted that.
That's the one I was talking about.
Yeah.
That shit's dope, and it's way better. Elon Musk is pretty much like a big lighter. This thing is a real flamethrower. This is gasoline. His use is like.
I have no idea what's happening in this show. But that's what MicSpam has to watch.
I didn't watch this trailer at all, but I'll watch it.
I figured you
I'll
did.
watch the show.
It looks like
Made me feel good.
crap. Good luck. I'm sorry.
Thanks.
It was recommended from
another good one.
I got one from Jay, which has not recommended me one to give to you yet that you haven't already seen.
Wait, weren't we
So I
watching a
took
trailer?
this one. Yeah, we were
You
watching.
were talking about flamethrowers, though.
I know it was brief. Either way, basically, I gave MicSpam a show that I couldn't find a trailer for, and it looks cheesy and terrible. Good luck. I hope it's not.
Well, I gotta retry my dabs, so have Dylan talk about his thing now.
I want to let you know real quick that on this XM42 website, you can not only find a dealer, but you can become a dealer. So you could become a licensed flamethrower dealer.
What?
I'm gonna be a door-to-door flamethrower salesman.
Why
I'd be the
wouldn't you
best in
be?
the
It's
business.
way better than a
I'd be
fucking
the
vacuum
best in the
salesman.
business.
It's better than what I do.
Fuck yeah, are you kidding me? Hello, ma'am. Do you have a bunch of weeds in your backyard? Do you hate shoveling snow?
Do you want to start the next Colorado wildfire? Well, I have the product for you, the XM42F.
Isn't it just a bitch to try to light that charcoal grill?
Guys, there is someone called the
There
Damage
is a
Factory
better way.
in Denver
Did
that
you see
sells
on
these
their
flamethrowers.
website? Did you read on their website the suggested uses? Clearing snow and ice, eliminating weeds, agricultural, firefighting and training, insect hive control,
Oh my god, it's the best thing that I've never
Concerts?
bought.
concerts,
TV/movies.
Concerts would be
bonfires
great.
starting.
Simply a fun display of fire. Kids, if you've never played with fire, you should now. You heard it here on the Colonel
my
Bad
God.
69 channel. Always play with fire.
Yeah.
This is the best thing that I've never bought.
I know, I want one so bad, and they're not even
I
that
have to have one.
expensive. I own guns that are more expensive than this flamethrower.
Why would you need any of those guns if you have a flamethrower? Who's gonna stop you?
Oh,
Not a
man.
tank.
What the hell? Is there fire down the road or something?
Jesus.
Someone
Probably
shot a
someone
flamethrower.
bought a fucking flamethrower and
Jesus
decided
Christ.
to do something ridiculous. Wow, I almost
fuck,
went
they
really
probably bought it
dark
from
with
the
that.
stream. You should start getting royalties from this, Fats.
I know, right? I should. Oh man.
We are
But,
not
Dylan,
yet
let's-
sponsored by the XM42 flamethrower, but
That's the next goal.
XM42, if you're watching this, hit us up.
Please.
All right.
Oh, my
Let's
God.
quick jump on over to Dylan
Okay,
before
yeah.
we get to Mike's Spam's review.
Oh, okay, yeah, let's do it.
So let's just jump to this first clip you sent me because here, let me ask the question: what's your favorite anime?
Oh, my favorite anime is Cory in the House.
Oh,
It's,
I didn't have a clip for
it's
that
JoJo.
one.
It's- JoJo's like the only one that I've really ever watched. So yeah, it's got to be JoJo.
That is
JoJo's so
Horizons,
great.
man.
Ah man, I have too many bad movies to watch. It's too much Star Trek.
It was me, Dio.
Oh my god.
Dude, I
Dio
swear there has
Brando.
to be something going on down the street. What the fuck is happening?
Oh my god.
You hearing this?
Yeah.
Fuck you.
Here comes another one.
Cheese and rice. But Dio Brando, what were you saying, Dylan?
Dio Brando is the best villain ever made.
Yes.
Yeah, 100% the best villain that has ever been made.
Yes.
Like, name one that's better. Anyone. Name one that's better. I
The
dare.
American government.
Oh, fuck.
That was the best.
Oh,
While he's just... You weren't expecting that, were you, Dylan?
No, I wasn't. I wasn't.
He did you good.
Great.
Oh man.
Mic drop.
But why do you consider him the best villain?
Not anymore.
Man.
His second thoughts.
Yeah, now I have to have second thoughts. No, like, man, just the way that Dio is like, he's just a complete asshole in everything he does, and he's just this fucking dude who wanted to kill his brother, whose family they adopted him into, and he becomes a vampire and just tries to kill fucking everyone, and then like, and then he like bangs a bunch of hot babes, and then has a kid, and then his kid ends up being good. But like,
God,
man, you have to watch JoJo. If you've never watched JoJo,
watch
all the
JoJo.
way,
I wish I would have taken Dylan's advice and started from season 3.
it's hard. No. Start with season 1. Always start with season 1. Always start with season 1.
Who said that then to start from season 3?
I did.
Oh.
I said most people say start with season 3, but I
Oh,
say
okay,
start
I
with season
misheard.
1.
Gotcha.
Oh, well, we did. We only watched season 1.
I watched all of season 1 though because I was
Yeah.
enticed by the humor and it was awesome. But then it just
Season
became
2.
too much for me. I'm a punk bitch. I'm sorry.
Season 2 has my favorite protagonist, which is Joseph Joestar. Joseph Joestar. He's the one that you see the, oh my god,
Oh,
memes
we
about.
know.
Yeah. Holy shit. Joseph Joestar is the best protagonist ever made in anything ever. Also, JoJo is the best thing that's ever been made. We will never peak above that.
I love the show personally. I just haven't. It's quite a quick commitment to watch all of it. So I haven't
It
gotten
is,
around
but
to it.
it really entices you too. Like, especially when you start getting to season 3, like, then everything is just, it's a fucking banger every single episode.
That's good.
I mean, I know.
I know, I'm
I
dying.
have to look forward to. It's just hard to get the motivation to get there.
A lot of people don't like season 1. I personally, I like it a lot.
season
I liked it.
Well,
I loved all of
compared to the rest of JoJo. Compared to the rest of JoJo, season 1 is kind of meh.
It
but,
is. I know that
yeah.
without having watched it.
I personally really like season 1. It's one of my more favorite seasons. Even though 3 is objectively the best fucking season. 3 is
That's what I've
perfect in
heard,
every
yeah.
way. 3 is literally perfect in every way.
Very quick aside.
Yes.
When the Nightbot message shows up on the screen, it looks like it's saying the N-word.
Oh, really?
See
Oh
it?
my god! I thought I was like, I'm looking at chat, like, what are you fucking talking about?
Yeah, in the chat, the Nightbot was.
actual-
Oh,
normally
you
on
mean
the
on the
screen.
actual stream
It looks like
screen?
it's saying the N-word.
Oh, that's funny.
Anyway.
No,
I noticed that like 3 podcasts ago, but I kept forgetting to bring it up.
not changing anything.
Oh no!
It's not.
I'm just like
Everyone knows ... means the word's not finished. If they don't,
Sure.
then they're
That's not what
retarded.
asterisk means.
Fair. That's also fair. Oh God.
But yeah.
JoJo.
Yeah, I can't recommend JoJo enough. If anyone's never watched it, I
All right.
recommend it.
What is this? Warudo Roller de Combo.
Oh my god, okay, so this is the fight. This is near the end. It's not really a spoiler, it's just it's the fight between Jotaro and Dio in season 3. And Dio uses Zawordo and brings in a fucking bulldozer and smushes Josuke. Or not Josuke, Jotaro.
God, there's so many
He
different
fucking's like,
JoJos.
here's a fucking
Just went by.
look at him! Look at him! Look how beautiful that man is! Look how beautiful!
Every man in the show is beautiful.
I would fuck Dio so hard. I mean, hold on, look. Okay.
Really? I'm on Team Jotaro.
Dude, Jotaro's
No,
16
I'm
right
on
there,
Team
okay?
Jonathan
Listen here.
Joestar.
Stop.
Super
Listen,
pretty boy.
that's totally fine in a good amount of states in this great country of ours.
But yeah.
Not
this
in
is,
my state, but you know.
Oh man, this is great. And then season 4, Diamond is Unbreakable, is also really good too.
Look how
You have a really good
handsome
villain in that one
boy
as
is.
well.
Stop.
I almost ashed in my beer.
Team Rachel, that seems like a reasonable team. Roll with the roll. He did just.
There it is. I told you. He brings in a fucking bulldozer.
Roll with the roller.
There's an older it might not be older, but it's like a Street Fighter style game. It's a fighting game. It's only in 2D platform, and it's a JoJo game, and that's like Dio's ultimate special. Yeah.
The bulldozer attack?
Yeah, the Oh, dude. This show is so fucking hype. This show is so fucking hype. Oh, I love it.
Oh my god, when did Dio change into like a punk rocker?
I watched season 1, kind of pretty well knowing what to expect out of this series.
Yeah.
And I was disappointed by season 1 only because I knew the ridiculous shit that was coming up.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing too. It's like with season 1, I mean, you have him on, and like, there's only so much you can do, and it's in season 2 as well. But it's like you can't really go after.
I would have thought it was cool if I didn't know the cool shit that was coming in the series.
Oh, just wait for season 2 because you get Zeppeli's son, and Zeppeli's son is he's a badass in season 2. So that's something else.
I think I started season 2.
Oh, Zeppeli?
Yeah.
Is he the cool guy with the hat?
Yeah, he's the one that teaches Jonathan about Hamon.
Oh,
I didn't actually watch season 2.
Do you remember that
His son teams up with Joseph,
that, like,
and is a fucking badass.
Wait, is that when they train with the old bitch who looks young?
Yeah. That's
I
season
did
2.
watch. I watched 2 seasons then.
Yeah.
My mistake. I watched 2 seasons.
Yeah. And it's not really a spoiler because it's like, oh, how did Dio get back? Dio fucking cut the body off of Jonathan Joestar and put it on his fucking head.
Yeah,
So
that's
Dio
right.
stole fucking Jonathan Joestar's body.
Jesus. That's fucked.
And you learn like that in the very beginning, but it's like, okay, you know you're about to get into some wild shit when you have
They
this.
all die in that season 2, right?
No, they don't.
A bunch of people.
I mean,
die.
I'm not telling you. I'm not telling you. Who
I
died.
feel like I have
Or
to.
if anyone
No,
does.
don't
I can't
spoil
forget-
it. I'm now like gonna get back
not gonna
on
spoil it.
Team JoJo and start watching
No,
this
I'm not
shit
gonna spoil
again.
it. I'm not gonna spoil
Ass
it.
gave it a shit review.
It started off
Uh,
shit. The first 3 episodes were shit. They were weird and
Were
fast, and
not.
it was not
It's
what I
cool.
wanted to watch at the time, so it got a
was
bad
cool.
score. But
And
I
you
watched
were
the
even
whole
unspoiled.
season, and I changed it. You know?
I'm not gonna spoilers. I'm not gonna.
We
spoil them,
have
but, like,
spoilers on this channel, fats.
Yeah,
Stick to
I don't
the-
want to for the sake of fats.
Fuck fats.
No, don't super
I'm not-
spoil.
no, like,
Fuck
no, because
you,
like,
bitch.
me
We
personally,
spoil
I
on
don't
this
really like spoilers.
podcast, fats.
I don't really mind spoilers. I honestly think that they make you enjoy knowing what's coming up. In my personal opinion, I know a lot of people don't feel that way. But I will say, in like season 4,
Rachel's on my
you get
team.
stands in season 3 that are
know.
crazy. And then
Uh,
in season 4, you get absolutely fucking batshit ridiculous stands. Like, there's a guy who is able to, if you feel guilt, his stand puts a lock on your heart, and if you keep feeling guilty because he keeps scamming you and making you think that you hurt him, you fucking die. And it's just, it's fucking nuts.
That sounds fucking
Anyone else
nuts.
getting the robot, or is that me?
Everyone,
A little bit, but
it's the voice on the Discord server.
Okay.
It'll come back.
So, can I ask for one spoiler?
Yeah,
One
well,
very
well,
specific one.
yeah.
When does the dog get introduced?
That's season 3. When they go to Egypt. It's
Okay.
halfway through season 3. Yep.
Follow-up question.
His name's Iggy, by the way.
Okay.
If you didn't know that every single person in that show, like 70 or 80s rock band.
I'm gonna just disconnect and reconnect super quick.
Okay.
I changed the
Okay.
Discord server. It fixed the voice connect.
Well done. Yeah, I'm at green bars again.
Yeah, I think you're sounding weird and robot-y to me because of the Discord. So I think I fixed it because you sound
a little
fine
bit
now.
to me too, but it's not bad. Yeah.
Okay.
It wasn't on your end. I
follow-up to
apologize
the
for
other
being a dick. Sorry,
Follow
continue.
up to my first question. When does the dog's face turn into a man face?
When does? Hold on. What are you talking about? Hold on. I've got to look at it and see.
I'll find you an image.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no,
fi-
that
find me
makes
an image.
sense.
Find me an image
Rachel.
what you mean, and I'll let you know. Fuck, I'm trying to think.
You're getting their audio,
His stand is cool as shit.
whereas mine just comes directly through.
Yeah. Send me an image. Let me see.
What's his name again?
His name's Iggy. It's like Iggy Pop.
Dirty pop, can't stop. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Iggy Pop wrote that song. Okay.
Give me 2 seconds.
Okay.
I gotta click back into our
Ooh.
chat here.
I'm gonna try and
Post them
remember
in
this
Discord.
question.
So at
Okay.
first he looked like that.
Yeah, that's how Iggy looks. Yeah, that's Iggy.
Well, let me.
No. Because eventually,
Oh, this
let me
is
find
Casey.
an image of this.
Okay. That's Iggy.
Yeah.
He's fucking awesome.
Wait, where's
This one's a
at?
GIF,
Where is
Okay.
the GIF?
actually, but it's a good image. Eventually, he looks like this.
Okay, let me see. It's popping up still. Give me
He
one.
gets a man face.
Oh no, that's just the animation.
No,
That's,
he gets a man face. He goes from having a dog face
Yeah.
to a man face.
So when Iggy fights, I mean, because there are times.
Can you show this on the stream?
I
so
am.
they
It's
know what
there,
we're
it's
talking
there.
about?
So this fight right here is he's actually fighting with another animal stand that's actually an eagle, and it's like Dio's pet eagle, and he's
Yeah,
fighting.
that's not what I'm
so-
worried about. I'm just
so-
worried about his face.
The reason why is because there are a lot of times where Iggy will talk, and I guess the animators didn't know how to animate a dog talking other than just barking. So a lot of Iggy's dialogue is usually like inside of his own head, but like this where it's like another animal.
Oh my
he
god,
was
this is a
talking.
better
That's the
picture.
reason why.
Look at that fucking man.
But he does
face.
get a fucking man face.
Look at
Yeah,
that
you're right.
man face.
Yeah, he gets a straight up man face.
Oh
I
my
never thought
god!
about
What the?
You're right.
Oh
I
god!
never thought about
There
it.
you guys go.
That's
What
hilarious.
the
It's
fuck?
like a handsome
He looks like
man
he's
face.
yeah, he's like posing. What the fuck is
Yeah,
that?
right, Iggy Pop wrote Iggy Pop.
It goes from
Sure did.
looking like that
100%.
droopy, derpy dog to that man face.
Yes,
Oh, man.
this
Yeah, I
is
guess
my
I
good
didn't really-
side.
I didn't really
I
think
can't
about
get
it
over it.
when
I
I was
can't
watching.
get over it.
I, Rachel, I'd shoot with him.
I've
You
seen.
just-
I can't remember where, but I saw that comparison
That's
somewhere,
hilarious.
and I can't get over it.
That's so funny. Yeah, I guess I've never thought about it.
Oh,
yeah.
God.
Because it's like the fights are so fucking hype. Man, the fight with Iggy and the Eagle, that fight is amazing. It's so awesome.
Ugh.
Oh,
No,
I
JoJo fight that I've seen, that I've only
Now
seen
you'll
season
never
1.
forget it.
I
Yeah.
thought the fight with
Yeah, I
the,
never
where
will.
they choked, they like put like collars around their necks, and the chain went over the ceiling, and you know he basically was choking them out while the other guy had to
Oh
step
yeah,
in.
yeah.
That was nuts. I enjoyed that. And then it
Yeah.
got too off the rails when they like fought Dio, and then he flew up to him and then froze his hand, but he's like, "You've stopped it with this hamon or whatever." And
Yeah, well, Dio's a fucking vampire.
I know it got nuts.
He becomes a vampire. Once-
Dio's fucking OP.
and it happens in the very first episode, and at that point you should be like, you should just say everything is going out the window. I don't know what the fuck to expect, because if you're like looking for something that
Yeah,
actually,
and it
you're not
was
going to find
the-
it in JoJo.
It was the weirdest explanation of vampires ever, as well.
Exactly. Because they're not taking that shit seriously. They're like, we're just gonna make some fun shit, and like, just
Like-
expect for crazy things to
Like,
happen.
here's this mask. It bites you in the fucking brainstem, and then you're a vampire.
Okay,
Exactly.
that was cool. I like that. That was first season. I saw that.
That's
Yeah,
first
that was
episode.
Yeah, exactly. Which is why after you watch that, it's like everything's gone out the window. I have no idea what the fuck to expect.
Hmm.
And that's how you should that's how you should experience every single episode of JoJo, in my opinion. Is like never know what to expect and just expect anything to happen.
I personally really like it and how over the top it is. I don't know why I never got around to finishing it. I probably just had a lot of other shit that I was either required to watch or really wanted to watch at the time.
Yeah.
And I guess I watched 2 seasons. I thought I had just watched 1, but apparently I watched 2.
Yeah. So yeah.
Yeah.
And then you get to season 3, and like when I first started watching season 3, I was like, okay, I get it, I like it, it's neat. And then I stopped, and then I started rewatching it again like a couple of years ago, and I was like, I don't know why I didn't fucking watch all of this all the way through the first time, because it's fucking great. It's just batshit insane.
Have you watched Food Wars?
I have not watched Food Wars.
Watch Food Wars.
That's our
Okay,
main
what is Food Wars?
100% review.
It's amazing.
It's the best. But before we don't do our actual thing, Mike Spam, quick do your review of King of Thorn.
Well, it's fresh in my mind because I
Yeah.
finished it 1 minute before we started this podcast.
Very
Nice,
nice.
nice. Well, I'm playing the thing you sent me.
So this movie's rating for me decreased the longer the movie went on.
Mm-hmm.
It had a really promising start and a cool premise. And then it got to the midpoint where they kind of like fake the reveal of the ultimate plot of it.
Okay.
And that had really, really cool potential. And I'm like, wow, I'm into this.
Okay.
And then the end reveal and the last like 30 minutes of it, because it was a long fucking movie as well, just kind of shit on all the other shit that they had built up to and ruined everything.
Damn.
Okay.
Synopsis.
Uh,
what is this?
It sounds like you didn't like this movie.
I really liked like 2/3 of it.
Okay. Well, what's going on in this movie? Like, what's happening?
Okay, this is keep in mind this is straight like sci-fi anime
Okay.
shit. So this is gonna sound like the crazy dribblings of a madman.
Okay.
But like I said, I finished it like right before we started this podcast, so I can give you the rundown.
All right.
It starts off with this kind of vague disease that they call Medusa that petrifies the human body and turns into a stone-like material. You get infected with like stage 1, and then it's like a variable amount of time before you hit stage 2. And then stage 2 is when you start to petrify, and you have 12 hours before the petrification like kicks in and you turn into fucking stone or ash. It's like a clay kind of shit.
Basically,
And then
you die.
Stage 3 is you're dead.
Oh, okay.
So like in the first couple minutes of the film, it's like flashing you through almost a time skip through like news coverage where they're like, this mystery disease has shown up, details about it are unknown. More people seem to be suffering from this disease. It's not seem to be like a phenomenon anymore. We're considering the infectability of it or whatever.
Okay.
And then flash to this is considered an epidemic. We're starting to quarantine cities, and then flash to the UN has declared a state of emergency.
Okay.
And then this like vague chemical research company shows up, and they're like, "Hey, we pretty much created a cryostasis thing to freeze some infected people to go to the future and see if there's a fucking cure."
And it follows
In the
Glasses
future.
Girl.
Follows Glasses Girl.
All right.
Wait, look at this
And
fucking box.
There's like a flash of this
What the
vague
fuck?
government organization going.
I didn't see the box.
I don't know, man. I think they're up to something. Like the dude who's running it was like a cult leader who did some shit, and we think they like are committing acts of bioterrorism, and that the Medusa virus might have been caused by them. This, and that.
Yeah.
The Freeze
And then-
Company made the virus.
And then blah blah blah. They get like 160 people by lottery to go. They get frozen, and they freeze them, and then they thaw out, and shit's fucked.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So they all freeze out, and then there's these fucking demon bird things that come down and start eating people, and then like all but like 153 of them fell down a fucking elevator shaft and got eaten by a big worm thing. Conveniently for the plot.
Okay. Okay.
All of them but a few fell.
Yeah, all but 7. There were 160 and all but 7. So
All right.
Really dumb people. They just like all fell down this fucking elevator. They just ran into this elevator shaft like a bunch of
Gotcha.
idiots. And then
that's
these
the
7
movie?
people. No, these 7
Oh,
people.
okay.
Right?
Okay.
They go on misadventures through this facility that's full of these weird demon creatures and thorns.
Yeah.
Some of them get murdered.
Only a couple of them.
I would assume at least some of them.
And then they meet up with the head of the company who was like, and they were setting up this thing where like the one dude was a secret like agent dude who infiltrated his way into here so he could investigate this company about the acts of bioterrorism that they were suspecting. And that would have been really cool if this was actually just an evil company that was like spreading the disease.
Yeah.
And like,
But they're good guys.
no,
Oh.
even worse. So they run into the CEO of the company and he goes, "This is a spoiler if you really want to watch this movie."
That's fine. Go
That's
ahead.
okay. Go.
So they run into the CEO of this company and he's like, "Yeah, like this alien ship, this alien thing landed a while ago, and then there was this like monkey creature that went around killing people, and then we ran into this little girl who had the Medusa virus, but then she survived, and it turns out she used her imagination to make her imaginary friend real. And then we found out that you could make imagination reality.
Oh, that
Under
is
the
so
correct-
stupid.
Under
Really?
the correct conditions if you're infected with this alien virus or whatever.
What's
And
the
then
whole
all the shit that goes on is like from the imagination of this girl because
That
her
sounds
sister killed herself.
terrible.
What the fuck?
Why?
They're like, between imagination and trauma, there's a delicate balance where the brain can.
That
Blah, blah, blah.
Really?
that sounds like that is the biggest cop out I've ever fucking heard.
Foster's Home for
Oh my
We
Imagination.
don't know
God,
how
are
to
you
end this.
They
We
should
don't know how to end
have
this movie.
stopped- They should have cut it like it was way too long too. So they should have cut it like 40 minutes earlier, and just
Uh-huh.
went with the bioterrorism route because that was cool to me. Like this corrupt company that spread this fucking worldwide disease and
Just
is
to
going
freeze
under the
people?
guise that they're trying to help and this and that. Like I'm all for shit about corruption because
Yeah.
I like that shit. And then they just cucked it by being like imagination is reality, and there was all sorts
That
like-
sucks.
like the shit that they were fighting through was like based off of like this video game that this kid was playing, and like Sleeping Beauty that this traumatized mother was playing, this
So
abusive.
that's so wait. That's the reason why that they were the monsters is because of people were imagining them.
Yeah, pretty much.
Really? Oh, fuck off.
It's
Yeah,
so
that's
fucked
dumb.
up.
That's really dumb.
Fuck
That
off.
sounded good until you.
It was great. Yeah, that's exactly what I'm saying. The first 2/3 of the movie were great, and then they cucked it.
See,
So
like,
what
okay,
would you give that a score of?
Oh man, it's tough for me because I did like a lot of the movie.
Roger
they
said he was
fucking
hoping you would
ruined it.
love it.
Did Roger watch it and really like it?
He was the one who told me to give it to you. And I watched the trailer, not the one that you just sent me, the one that had the, wake up death
Yeah.
murder. And I'm like, okay, that's cool.
Yeah, that was the cool
So-
part.
Yeah, you
See?
get frozen to get saved. You wake up to death monsters. I mean, what
Because
kind
they
of
thought it
movie
had been,
opening
like-
like that sucks? None.
See, here's another part that I thought was interesting that they also cucked. They were like, oh, it's probably been like 100 years, and some weird shit with the Medusa virus probably mutated and caused these crazy mutations that made all these monsters and shit. With other, maybe it
Okay.
spread to other species and caused these weird mutations that made all these monsters. No, it had been 2 days and they came out of this girl's imagination.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
God damn it. I
Wait,
thought it was
everything came from this one girl's imagination.
Yeah, there was some bullshit like sciencey shit that they made up, but yeah.
I want to hear Dylan's thought.
It would have been way
He
cooler
sounds
if it
so
was 100
pissed right
years
now.
later. For one.
Okay. Okay.
It would have been way cooler if it was actually just like government corruption for two. Like they set it up to be such a cool movie and then ruined it in the final third.
That's sad.
Yeah, I mean, you have a lot of stories like that, like especially like the best thing I can think of is like you have like Aperture Science and like the Portal games and stuff where like they were doing things to and like testing on humans and then they they suddenly went like disappeared and it's because of their own like corruption, but also now humans have to live with the corruption based on this company. And like you can have like the monsters maybe like they whatever, oh, we were trying to test the serum to give people life and then they made all these monsters or something. It's cheesy as fuck, but you can make it work. But just say like, oh, an alien came and now your imagination is real. What?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I don't need like explanation when you say, okay, your imagination is real, but like when you say that to the end of the movie, like it would have been cool if they came out and they'd be like, okay, we found this one girl and she's the one who's thinking of all these monsters, and now they have to try and survive because the monsters are here, and she gets like freaked out from them because like they might be her nightmares, and so that makes more monsters come and stuff. It's like it'd be like a delicate balance of like trying to like nurture
that
this
would
girl
work.
to not be afraid, and that would be kind of neat. But like when you save it to the very end of like, oh, it was just imagination, it's like, come on, it's like saying it was all a dream, and I fucking hate that.
That's a,
I hate that it was all
I
a
agree
dream
with the.
shit.
That's a
Well,
cop out.
The shit
100%.
is made real because of her mind, technically.
But you don't find out about that till the very end, right?
But it wasn't the girl that you're following.
Oh, okay.
It's
it
not
was-
Glasses chick.
Glasses chick killed herself.
What?
Oh,
Big
cool.
spoiler.
Jesus.
It was
All right,
her
then.
twin sister whose imagination created all the shit. She was hooked up to some machine to let her create shit, and she created all the shit.
Oh my God! It's Chalk Zone. This is all Nickelodeon cartoons.
It fucked it. I thought it set itself up to be such a cool premise.
Yeah, I mean, it sounds neat,
Nah.
but yeah, that ending though, it's like to get like I don't know, that's like major fucking blue balls.
How was the animation? Was that at least good?
It was almost old school style, like early.
Got
2000s
80s vibe
style.
from it, kind of.
No, not 80s, like
Oh.
early 2000s. But overall, it was pretty good. I don't know. I don't even know how to score this.
Yeah, well, I mean, you have to score it for what it is and not what it could be. You know what I mean?
You know, maybe I'm just jaded and I don't.
I can
like,
agree with that.
that-
statement.
maybe I'm just jaded and I can't buy that kind of ending, especially after being blue-balled by kind of premises that I personally am really into.
Yeah.
So I'll give it like a 7. I can see how I could recommend it to someone,
Okay.
but I don't know. For me, I feel like they fucked it
Okay. That's fair.
because
Yeah,
there was a lot of quality to the movie.
Okay. See, yeah, because we talked so much about like how bad everything was, and then we're like, well, it's a 7. In
Like I
your
said,
opinion.
the first 2/3 of the movie were really
That's
good.
a solid amount
The
of
setup
movie that's
for
good.
it, the fact that like it turned out to be a shit explanation for it, but all the people in it seemed to have problems of some sort mentally,
Okay.
trauma or PTSD or just mental illness,
Okay.
and that was a cool dynamic.
But they
the-
never explained the disease from the beginning, do they? Or is that like the alien thing?
Yeah, it's like the alien disease. Something fell from the sky and it started the Medusa virus, and then this girl's
Oh, okay.
monkey imaginary friend came to life and started killing people.
Oh, well, all right then.
That's intense.
That's pretty crazy. Yeah, that's. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about it from your description. It feels
It's
like
hard to say. It's like you
Yeah.
said it was good, but then it ended bad. You know, you almost said that about
And it's not that it
motherfuckers.
ended bad. It's not just that it ended bad though. Like motherfuckers, maybe the last 8 minutes of the movie. No, not even. Like, the last like 5 minutes of the movie might have been questionable. Just the final ending. I'm talking. This is a long movie.
the entire climax of the
Like-
movies.
Yeah,
like
years
the
is an
last
hour
30
longer.
minutes.
Yeah, it's the entire climax. It's just bad. I can understand that.
Fair.
Yeah.
Okay.
It just it just systematically shits on all the cool shit that they had set up beforehand for the last 30 minutes, and it kind of ruined it for me. But I could see how someone would like it. Just sci-fi anime kind of loses me, because if you try to explain it with magic, I get it. I could just be like, that's how magic works in that universe,
Yeah.
sure. But when they try to explain it with science, I'm like, nah. No, that's not how that shit fucking works.
Sounds like
see, that's not, like,
flat Earth
that's one huge thing.
conspiracies.
Yeah. Oh, sorry. Go on.
No, that's just all I wanted to say. I was like, that's just what it is. Any
Yeah.
conspiracy
See,
theory.
that's one huge problem because I'm really into Star Trek. I really like Star Trek, and I like science fiction. But like when you have like science fiction and everything's based really on science, you can have some sort of fantasy. You can have some it's a non-carbon based life form, so they can do things that we don't know because we don't know about science. You can have some sort of mystery, but when you have like real like straightforward science fiction like Star Wars or like Doctor Who, and then you try and add like logic to it, it doesn't always work. Like it's like look, you're in a world of fantasy. Like Star Wars is just fantasy with space paint, and all you have to do is just have fun. Who cares? Like people aren't going to question the rules, but when you make people question the rules in something that isn't supposed to have logic necessarily, like besides the ones that are set in that own universe, like it just doesn't make sense. So I could see I probably wouldn't like that. Like
It loses me a lot in that regard.
Yeah.
A lot of sci-fi anime do.
okay.
And there are exceptions to the rule. Like Steins Gate was fantastic.
I was just
They
about
used
to
a lot
say,
of, like,
if I think Steins
Well,
Gate is one
because
of our
they-
10s from the podcast, you would be right up that alley, Dylan. That is a
oh, for sure.
phenomenal sci-fi show based on time travel, and it's just
And they use
Okay.
Crazy
real,
good.
theoretical time travel principles,
Okay.
multiverse theories, and like they throw in real science in, and they
I gotta get a
tweak some
trailer
shit
for
to
ya.
work with the plot, but a lot of it is real science theory. It's
Okay.
super cool.
Yeah, but then like when you go into that unknown, because you don't know, it could be anything. The possibilities are sort of endless. So you sort of you still have your rules that you kind of have to abide by, but you can still have fun with it, and that's what I really like about, especially like
Yeah.
Star Trek.
I think
Like I love
you
stuff
would
like that.
absolutely love Steins Gate. I'm playing the trailer right now.
Okay.
I mean,
Yeah.
character
If you have
development,
any
and if
interest
you
in
just for the
trying out anime, this would probably be one I'd recommend for you.
Okay.
this one has such a good character development too. I mean, the main character is insanely good,
And it's short enough that it's digestible.
I mean, it is like I think it's like what 24 episodes.
It's 2 seasons.
and then
two,
the
like,
spin-offs.
12
Okay.
episode seasons.
It's,
Okay. Yeah.
Like you'll get trapped into it. Like I binged
Okay.
I watched this completely incorrectly, but it actually
Yeah.
worked.
Oh,
I went
Fats
like
is
this is the first show I fucked up on. I got halfway through, like perfectly where season 1 ended, and then they made another show after this, which is like an alternate version of the show with an alternate ending and alternate thing. And
Okay.
But don't
it
explain it too much. I
basically
definitely don't wanna
splits off
spoil
at
it.
that point.
Okay.
It splits off at that point, and it goes kind of 2 routes. You could keep watching the main show, which I should have done, but the other
Okay.
show actually worked perfectly by switching to it at that point, and I still gave it a 10,
And it
100%.
makes sense that it would, but like, you did it wrong.
I did it wrong. Please, I implore you, do it correctly. Watch
Okay.
the first just 2 seasons, and trust me, I mean, like this is 100% one of my top 10s. We got a lot from the podcast now, and this
Between
is
the
Yeah.
two of
this
us,
is up
yeah.
there. We both gave this a 10. Like Mike Spam watched
Okay.
it and he agreed. Like this is gold. This is Food Wars almost. So
Nice.
good.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, I'll check it out. Hell yeah.
And it has this humor,
They make
but
a
it
time
has a
machine out of a microwave by accident.
It's so good.
Oh, that's awesome. It's like
Just cut
Futurama.
the trailer, but I didn't want to keep going with the trailer. You gotta watch it. I don't want to spoil anything about it.
Okay. Yeah. I've got it on my watch list.
Nice. Starts
Yeah,
from the ending and goes back. Yeah, that's me
You've
being
done that
better.
shit like, what, 3 times?
I do things. Don't worry about it. I watch shows. I still think you need to watch Angle Mice, but oh man.
I started it. I didn't finish it.
Did you ever give me my show for next week?
No, we were talking about shit.
Oh yeah, that's right. Okay, let's jump there real quick.
Okay.
Then I need to
Go.
grab another beer. Ugh! I like it.
Fats is gonna love this show.
I swear to God,
Alright.
that better not be sarcastic.
Huh?
What?
I told you I'm giving you nothing but gold right now.
Dororo.
different story.
Dororo?
Mhm.
Dororo. Okay. Ooh, I like swords.
Well, then I have good news for you.
Sword anime is good.
No, I have better news for you.
This Inuyasha 2 Electric Boogaloo.
No, even better. I'm gonna wait for the trailer to make the reveal.
Oh shit. Okay.
He's got swords for arms.
Wait, those are just his arms?
He's got swords for arms.
Oh my god.
That's dope.
Wait, does everyone have
How
swords for arms?
can you
Oh,
be
just
the
that guy.
sword unless you
Soundtrack
truly
off.
be
Soundtrack
the sword?
off. He's got fucking swords for arms.
Okay.
That's so
Yeah.
crazy. Yes. Okay.
Okay.
Dororo. Dororo. How would you say that?
Yeah. Dororo?
That's probably better.
I don't know.
Dororo. Definitely. Okay. Okay. I'm looking forward to that.
Now, I would probably suggest not watching the one from 1969. This series is ongoing currently. It's on episode 8 of Question Mark.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
It's
Holy shit.
it's
Yeah.
a brand new remake of a 1969 anime.
Okay.
That
And
reminds
it's
me.
supposed
here,
to
I
be fantastic.
I'm gonna link the original image here. Let me copy this.
This honestly kind of reminds me of Angle Mice because MicSpam gave me this amazing show, Angle
I give
Mice,
Fats so
and
many
it
good-
legitimately.
I was looking at my webcam and
What
my phone.
I
I give
legitimately.
Fats so many good shows.
I'm just saying, you gave me Angle Mice, and it was on episode 2, and I had to wait till like Tuesday to watch the next episode. But that's still a 10 in my book. You gotta watch that shit. It's so good.
Get
Okay.
around to it.
Okay, I'm gonna grab another beer. I will
Okay.
be RB.
All right.
We watched Dragon Ball.
Yeah, I watched Dragon Ball, of course.
How much of it?
I mean, you know, grew up watching it because of like Toonami and shit. But I recently rewatched
Dragon Ball Z
Kai.
or
Yeah, no, yeah, the original Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball Z.
like what's your span?
So I started with Dragon Ball, the original one. I've seen all the way through that.
Awesome. Not many
And
people
then-
actually watch the original Dragon Ball, but
The original
I,
Dragon Ball's
re-
great.
I really
It's great.
appreciate it for what it is.
Oh yeah, it's a great story, and honestly,
I
it's-
almost really like appreciate nowadays when they were back at like like not like crazy superhero levels, but just like prime human or barely superhuman levels.
Oh yeah, well, it was supposed to stop at Frieza. You know that, right? Frieza was
Yeah,
supposed
I
to
do
be-
know that.
yeah, it was
'cause
supposed to be
there
the-
was that huge break between it.
Yeah. And I've watched all the way through Boo. I think I watched a couple
Yes.
episodes of GT.
So you
and
watch
GT is
all of
that.
through
Don't
Z.
watch
watched-
GT.
Yeah, I
watch
watched the original
Super.
one.
GT doesn't matter.
I don't really care to watch Super. Like, here's the thing. It's like
You should,
It's-
if you like Z, you should watch Super.
it looks
But
cool.
Z
It looks
was
interesting. I don't know. There's something just about like the original like, you have the Saiyan saga and the
Which yeah, that's
Frieza saga. Those are just like they're fucking
Yeah.
iconic, dude. Like
Yeah.
it's the imagery that you have in that is just beautiful. And then like you have Cell and Boo, which are good, but like
Cell had
nothing.
the best moment probably
Yeah,
in Dragon Ball
yeah.
Z.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
Like the most iconic moment of Dragon Ball Z
Oh, I don't know about that. I don't know about that.
of Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah,
You know, Kid Buu was Z.
Yeah, I do know.
I know
that.
Kid Buu
That
was Z, but
giant
you don't-
spirit bomb was sick.
No.
Eh,
I liked
No,
it.
We've
If
seen
you're going
spirit
for-
bombs before.
if you're going for the
That
most
one was
iconic
dope.
scene, like that's in the entire show, it's 100% Goku turning Super Saiyan on Namek. That is 100%. That is the iconic moment. That is the
No,
number one moment.
If
Yes,
you
it is.
ask anybody, they're going to say fucking Super Saiyan 2 Gohan versus Cell. The fucking Kamehameha struggle.
Yeah, no, it's
one
great.
armed, and his dead dad is talking to him from the afterlife. Like, you can't
Yeah.
beat that.
Yeah, I understand, but you have this whole thing, and you have the monologue with Android 16 and everything that makes Gohan actually snap. It's the exact same thing as Goku and Krillin on Namek.
Yeah,
Like,
but who
I
gives
don't
a
know.
shit about Krillin?
When you're going through with Dragon Ball, man, you care a lot more.
I mean, yeah, I don't know.
When you're just starting from
Krillin
Z,
sucks, though.
Krillin sucks, yeah, I agree. But like the thing is, like when you're going through with just Z, if you're like, I'm just gonna watch Dragon Ball Z, then I can understand why you don't like Krillin. But like, you have a whole story arc with Krillin in Dragon Ball, and it makes you care so much more about
No,
him.
and
Yeah.
that's what I'm saying though, is because he was
MicSpam
on par
loves
with Goku
Krillin so
almost
much.
with most of Dragon Ball,
Yeah,
and then like once you hit Z, you realize what the difference between a Saiyan and a human
and
is.
a human is, yeah.
And Krillin sucks now. And it was such like it was almost a punch to the gut.
Yeah,
Krillin
It's
got
like what
murdered.
Gohan's become as an adult. You know? It's kind of the
this-
same thing.
but you have this whole like, okay, you have the whole thing, and it always happens in every single episode of Dragon Ball Z. You're gonna hurt my friends. I'm gonna fight you. But like, you never see a moment of Goku like truly snapping like he does here, in any other episode of Dragon Ball.
No, this is a
Dragon Ball Z.
brutal scene, and I just had a weird thing in my head.
Hang
Think
on,
about.
Let me link one clip from Dragon Ball Super, and it'll show you why you need to watch Super if that's your reaction.
Well, I'm sure I would like Super. I know that there's an episode where they all play baseball, and I actually want to watch that one.
It's really funny, but I lost what I was gonna say. Never mind.
Also, can I say, probably an unpopular opinion, I like the Great Saiyan. I think he's great.
No.
How do you not like the Great Saiyan?
Because
How do you not
Gohan
like the
was
Great
supposed
Saiyan?
to be so fucking cool, and then he became the Great Saiyan. He became a Hercule tier.
He's
you know,
so
you know whose
funny.
fault that is? It's the
Let's
fans'
play
fault.
this clip.
It's the fucking
Hey
fans'
God,
fault.
we gotta watch Goku go Super Saiyan. No, I
Because-
just had the weird. Oh yeah, I remembered. I had the weird.
Well, no, I like the Great Saiyan man for
Yeah, why
seeing what a
do
great
you-
fighter he could have been, and then he goes like to schlock tier. I think it's hilarious. Him and Hercule. I think it's great. I love
I love-
Hercule too. I think he's.
I love Hercule, but Gohan was like set up to be one of the most badass characters. He was stronger
Yes.
than Goku as
Yeah,
a
but the
12-year-old.
But the fans
Yeah.
didn't want that.
What
It's
do
the
you
fans'
mean?
fault. No, when that look up when that
And
initially
then,
happened.
okay, and then in the Boo Saga, right, he became Great Saiyan Man or whatever, but then in the Boo Saga, at the end, like towards the end, they set him up to be a supreme badass again, where
Yes.
he gained his, like, super mystic, and then he gets eaten.
Listen,
Oh,
listen.
that is
here's what
such an
happened.
iconic pose right there.
It's awesome, right? But no, here's what happened. So when Cell Saga initially came out, because there's a huge break between Cell and Boo, like, and when they made it, when it actually came out, people didn't want the fact because like Akira Toriyama was like, okay, Goku's dead now, like for good. We're going with this new generation of Saiyans, and people were like, well, you can't have Dragon Ball Z without Goku. And people flipped their shit, and then they brought him back, and then like when you have the Boo Saga, people look back at that moment and were like,
Wait, I didn't know they were considering, like, just not bringing Goku back.
yes, Goku was just supposed to be fucking dead. I mean, he would have been in like whatever, like he would have still been in the afterlife, but he wouldn't have come back again. But people
He
flipped their
asked
shit.
not to be resurrected.
Well, I know that, but, like, I know the afterlife is a pretty thin
Yeah.
veil in this universe.
Yeah, everyone and their fucking grandmother's been brought back 5 times.
Yeah.
But no, like that's sort of like the original reaction was people didn't want to have Gohan as like the new lead, you know, as the new Goku,
Flex Goku,
basically,
yeah.
you know. And that's why. That's the whole reason why. It's the fucking fans' fault.
That's the same. But
I think it would have been
Oh, you
fucking
did.
awesome.
I'm sorry.
All right, so this is I know that's Super Saiyan Blue.
No, Super
Right.
Saiyan.
Or-
Fucking.
or
Oh.
Super
now,
Saiyan God?
Goku
Super Saiyan
fucking
God?
snaps in this scene.
Okay.
Oh, this shit kills me.
This is such a good scene from. So this is almost at the very end of Dragon Ball Super. The cool thing about Super, right, is it picks up right after the Buu saga. Well, not right after, but it's canon after the Buu saga.
Yeah.
GT
Yeah, I
don't
know,
watch.
I know
Don't watch
GT is-
GT.
I know. I know this.
It's
already.
awesome in my opinion, but not good. I played
Yeah.
Dragon. I learned Dragon Ball mostly through the video games.
Oh wait. Speaking of that, do you guys prefer the sub or the dub?
So
Sub, 100%.
Okay, awesome.
Once
awesome.
I make the switch, you can't
love-
go back.
I love little old lady Goku.
Little old
Yes.
lady Goku is fantastic.
Fucking
She
amazing.
took way more time though than any other character switch from English to sub that I've had.
yeah, for sure, it was
Like,
a big transition.
It was like,
yeah, it
what
is,
the
it is.
fuck am I listening to right now? What the shit? Goku is what? But then
it
it's
was
just,
for sure a big transition.
but then it just grows on you, and you're like, this is fantastic. Goku's
Do you
awesome.
do you guys think that someone's made an AMV of this with Down with the Sickness yet?
I don't know. Probably.
Dude, I don't
Like-
think
like
so.
circa
That's old
YouTube,
now.
2007.
I used to watch all them Dragon Ball
This,
AMVs.
this was
though.
out like last year, so.
Dragon
This is
Ball
some
AMV.
shit quality.
They should bring back Dragon Ball AMVs.
That auto
I'm
to
sure
people
that's
still
still
doing it.
a thing.
Oh yeah, no, I know it's Naruto now. It's all Naruto and Boruto.
no.
I don't.
Everyone's my hero nowadays.
That's fucking dope.
Oh, I love Jiren.
Oh,
I don't
man.
want to spoil this.
Dragon
I
Ball
can't.
Super
Plus,
is
it's
really.
shitty
Oh, no, you
That's
can
quality.
why I'm not
spoil
giving.
it.
I'm
I
not
don't
giving
mind.
any context to it.
That's fine. Like I've seen, I haven't watched any of the episodes. I've seen a lot of the fights. I think that's cool. It's just, it's not. I don't know. Something weird about the animation too.
I just
It
have to
changes a
say
lot.
that
They
it
have
had.
different artists for like throughout, like even between episodes a lot of times.
Yeah, I like that old stank of like the 90s of it.
No,
you know,
but
like-
some of them are like superb. There are certain artists that they have for certain segments
Uh-huh.
that are fucking superb. Especially a lot of the
The
main
big
fights, during
fights,
the,
yeah. The big
during the
fights are
last
beautiful.
during the last arc, like the Tournament of Power arc.
Yeah, yeah.
Some of
All
the
I know-
animation is just it's almost what Dragon Ball has needed to reach its full potential. Like it just shows speed better than it's ever been able to, and
I'm almost.
Yeah.
like and the Broly movie was almost an elevated version of that.
Okay.
It's flashy,
If you haven't
beautiful,
seen that,
sexy to the eye.
No, I haven't seen that.
Uh,
I haven't seen the only like Dragon Ball movie I think I think I saw Cooler when it first came out, and I saw
Well-
I've seen Lord Slug, which is not canon, but I actually really like Lord Slug movie. I think it's good.
well, the interesting thing is none of the Dragon Ball movies have been canon
Oh, okay.
until the newest Broly movie.
Oh wait, what about the Battle of the Gods that brought it back to Super? I thought that's what
Well,
happened.
that was a movie, so it was
It's
also
weird.
in the show.
Yeah, I was gonna
It
say if you watch the
episode-
show, you get the whole
Yeah.
experience. So the movie,
Watch
I don't
the
think.
show, Battle of the Gods is in it.
Yeah,
Oh, okay, gotcha.
I don't think.
And
they
so is
think-
Resurrection F. That's also in the that's in the series.
Okay. All I know is how many times are they gonna bring back fucking Frieza?
I don't care as many times as they want.
We
service.
actually had a
All fan
little
service.
debate in terms of who would they bring back. Do you think it was right to pick Frieza over Cell? And I think
Oh hell yes.
Yeah.
your
Yes,
argument was,
absolutely.
yeah, I think, yeah, I was expecting that. I mean, Frieza
Because
is
here's
just
the weird thing too. Here's the weirdest thing. When they see Cell, because they see Cell in Hell in the Buu saga, right? When
and he gets
when
one
it's like
shot
people-
by Pycon.
Yeah, but the thing is like, why
Can
is
we
Cell-
talk about Pycon? Does anyone remember?
Yes, I remember Pycon.
That's doesn't know shit about Pycon.
Probably not. Nope.
No, but it's like I was like, why is he perfect Cell form? In Hell. Shouldn't he be fucking
Well,
shitty,
The logic
shitty
of Dragon
form?
Ball. That's
no,
why.
Yeah.
Well, here
Why?
because remember he was second form when he got blown up, and then because of his sand cells he got super strong, so he became like ultra perfect cell.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah, you're right. So in that universe he is, but in the universe Trunks went back to, he would be bug form, because that's where he killed him.
Yeah, exactly.
Personally, I think
Okay,
in
okay.
Super, I think you would like the saga that I wasn't a huge fan of. But the Zamasu saga, I think, would be right up your alley. And it's...
Okay.
Well, the
Did
beer
anyone
is...
really like this Zamasu saga?
I wasn't a huge fan of it. It's just very repetitive.
There's a Goku clone.
Yeah,
Oh, this is
Goku Black.
Goku
Goku
Black.
Black.
Goku
Yeah.
Black.
Or
I played
Go-
Fighters, and I didn't know who this guy was. I figured he was just evil Goku.
Yeah, he's basically
he
evil
is.
Goku, evil Ryu.
He's
You
evil
know,
Goku.
same thing in terms of fighting game. But yeah,
They explain it in a weird way, but
it's
yeah, he's
so
Goku.
weird. Like the Dragon Ball
Okay.
universe is so weird. I
Wait,
don't
did
know.
he-
I didn't
Does
like
he have
it.
the fusion earrings? I thought he had those.
Yeah.
You
Yeah,
gotta
that
watch
thing
it. I don't want to
happens with
spoil
that.
any of that, but I don't know. I
Man, I
think
don't-
that might be up your alley in terms of the uniqueness that Super brings. Like me and Mike's Fab always hype up the Tournament of Power in the last saga because it's just
I
it's
love it.
insanely awesome fight scenes and it's just dope.
Except
And the
for
whole
whatever
premise
that
is
shitty
great.
universe
But
was
there's this
with
little
Brienne.
mid saga.
Yeah, with
That's-
Brienne.
Oh yeah, they have
It's
some
kinda-
pretty
I-
bad filler parts, but
I kind of like it, and I also don't like it. Because I thought it was fucking cool. Like the entire premise of Dragon Ball is like fighting around this tournament that's happening. Like every single time, it's fighting around a tournament. You have Dragon Ball Z, where it's like, okay, now we actually have to do something better.
They
And
bring
then you
back
go
the
back to the tournament with
Yeah.
Cell Saga, but you do it in a fucking cool ass way. And then you have tournaments spread out. I was like, dude, I want
There's-
another one with like.
3 tournaments in Dragon Ball Super.
did
Well,
you
I-
know
I
there
just-
are 11 universes or 12 or whatever?
I just know that there's a little blue man that Goku picks up, and then everyone's like, Nani? And then Beerus is like,
He's
oh,
the
I'm
god
gonna fucking
god.
die.
Yeah, there is
Yeah,
a
he's the
supreme
god god,
god
yeah, I
god. Oh man, that oh. God
I'm
damn
glad I
it.
was able
Super's
to
good.
spark a
Super's
Dragon
good.
Ball conversation while Fats was
Oh,
taking
anytime.
a piss or whatever.
I just went and grabbed another beer, which I eventually will need to take a piss. Oh man, I do eventually need to hop into whatever with glasses. Tim,
What? With what?
I have to get into a chat with Tim after this
Oh,
about our
character
dear
creation shit?
day tomorrow. Which, by the way, if any of you are looking forward to Jackbox tomorrow, psych, it's going to be on Thursday.
Suck it, bitch.
Oh,
I have
yeah.
a new D&D campaign.
Oh.
Have you ever fucked with D&D, Dylan?
I've always wanted to. I've always wanted to play D&D because I
It's so
really,
much
really
fun.
like it. I know it's fun. Thanks. I don't have any friends to play with. Jeez.
Roll20.net, bro. I found a
Roll20.
random. Yeah,
I want to be my
I
own
found-
GM.
No, I found a random group online in a game that like played when I could make it,
That's cool.
and
That's bold, though. That was after you started your first one.
yeah, but that's where I met Tim and Termwrecker, and
Oh, I-
that was like 3 days after I started my first game. And yeah, I met some great guys. They've been
Nice.
on the
Yeah.
podcast.
that's true, yeah.
Yeah,
I
it's something
mean,
always wanted
I'm
to
sure
do.
I got lucky, but like, if you're not like jiving with a group, you can just be like, hey, this isn't working out. I'm gonna work.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
Ours is weirdly on the fence, and you might, honestly, if you were super interested, you could potentially steal this one guy's part because he can't do Sundays.
I've been playing for a while. I don't even know if we're gonna. We might have to start up another game.
Yeah.
I mean, if that's the case, I mean, we could get some.
I
dudes.
don't know if Spin's gonna get back to this. If I'm being completely honest, for
I am not
reasons I
sure.
won't get into.
Yeah, we'll see. But what have you heard of D&D? Like, do you know the whole premise of it and how it works? 'Cause it's like,
No, I don't know. I don't know the lore of it. I know that there are like set lore and there's like set campaigns and stuff in you know your GM and everything.
Not necessarily though. You can make up whatever you want, really.
Yeah, I know that, but there is like an actual set lore in.
Well, no.
I just trying to describe it. There's like
But
an
D&D
RPG
no.
style. Like you level up your character,
Yeah.
and you get more abilities, and it's
Yeah.
kind of like you're expecting fight sequences where your RPG you roll for attacking, but it's basically an RPG.
it's-
But then there's a giant role playing aspect of it as well.
Yeah, it's actual role playing. It's like
That's
It's actually you can do whatever you want. No, it's like you could practically do whatever you want. It's like if you could think of it, if you could think of some stupid way to do it, then do it. You're not bound by like you're not bound by like game mechanics like that, like World of Warcraft and shit like that. You can actually do sort of whatever the fuck you want, and it's great.
But that's the thing, though.
There is a game to it. That's what I'm trying to get.
Yes, there is a game to it. I know that.
Like there are
there are campaigns.
No, there's game-bound mechanics.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, the way it works is D&D as it is isn't so much a game as it is a set of rules.
Yeah.
So the book itself is just a set of rules, and there are like official campaigns that you can play through, but you can make up whatever you want, as long as like your characters can be whatever they, as long as they fit within a certain set of rules.
Yeah, but it's like if there's a guy who's coming charging at me with a sword, and I said I want to try and seduce this fucker, I can do that. I'll probably die.
Yeah.
But the fact is, I can do it. I can't do that.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's what the GM's role is
exactly. Yeah.
They're not necessarily supposed to tell you what to do. You can do whatever you want to do.
Exactly.
But they tell you the consequences of your actions, because your actions do have consequences.
Yeah, which is what I love.
And it's a lot of fun.
Fuck everyone.
If you can.
I'll do my best.
All you gotta do is get gold. It's easy.
Sometimes you end up with 2 doppelgangers in your tent when you thought you were gonna have a threesome.
Oh shit!
Actual thing that happened.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
And I got attacked.
Wait, can you be a vampire in that?
They're like homebrew shits for vampires, yeah. I mean, it depends on what the DM will allow.
I don't want to do that bootleg shit. I want to do the
the raw rules.
I'm sure it's fun. Yeah, no.
It's just I don't know. Like
I'm a Goliath.
Like I know you said, Dylan, you have a World of Warcraft background, right?
Yeah.
Where you go into like you got a party, you've got an attacker, a healer, and then maybe some random guy and stuff like that to get through some stuff. Well, that's kind of what it is. At least that's how I kind of get a view from it. Like I see both sides of it, and I personally love it as like an RPG. Like I was big into Final Fantasy and stuff, so
yeah,
that's just how I try. Maybe it's not the greatest, I guess, pitch for it, but
I know how D&D works, and that's the reason why I want to play it because I like the way that it works.
Oh, see, that's what I was sure of. No,
I
have my warlock. I get these sick ass spells every time I level up.
I couldn't just be like, oh, I fucking jump up in the air and fly because now I have flight powers. I don't think it's you should do whatever, but it's like, oh, hey, this is my toolkit. But there are also things like a huge thing that I love doing in games is like charisma. I love charisma paths in games because you can just do some really fucking stupid shit when you have really good charisma. And so finding ways to break the system of the game with like high charisma is always fun to me. So it's like, here's the uber evil badass, and I was like, I want to roll and just be like, hey buddy, need a Snickers? And then you roll, and he fucking takes the Snickers and calms down and no longer wants to be warlord of the earth. And like that shit is what I fucking strive for, that just like random insanity is what I always like to go for.
Did you ever play any of the Elder Scrolls games?
Oh hell yeah, of course.
Nice. See, that's kind of what I view it as, at least the universe we're in. I mean, there are different like versions of D&D type games. Like Roger's playing this in his campaign he does every week, which is not D&D, but it's very similar. They're like space and guns and shit. And it's fantastic.
Also, if we're talking about Elder Scrolls for a second, Morrowind is the best one. Anyone who says otherwise is wrong.
Really?
That's what Steve said.
Fuck yeah. Oh, fuck yeah.
Steve broke the game by getting a staff that he enchanted with Summon Scamp, and it would infinitely summon Scamps until his game crashed.
Because the reason why I like that one, and in process, like New Vegas is probably my favorite Fallout. It's really based on tabletop RPGs where it's like random number and you might not always hit, and it takes a lot of skill. It's a lot of patience. It's not like Oblivion or especially Skyrim where you just get a sword and run in and smash in face.
I was an Oblivion fan.
I like both of them.
No, but I thought Oblivion was the best.
I thought Oblivion was better than Skyrim, but Skyrim made the nice improvements that made the game better.
Oblivion is my favorite one. Because I have so much nostalgia.
I never got into Skyrim. I kind of got in and got confused and kind of lost interest pretty quickly.
It's just becoming it's an action game with a little bit of RPG paint. That's all it is.
Google completionist Fats likes to do things.
It didn't seem to have much depth to me at all.
Have you played New Vegas?
Fallout New Vegas? Yeah.
Yeah.
I heard of.
Yeah, okay.
The only thing I
didn't
ever
play
heard of Fallout.
4 except at my friend's house, and I
Fallout
already
4
got
is-
bored of it.
It's just an action game. Yeah, Fallout New Vegas is phenomenal. It's
Yeah.
great. It's a fantastic game.
The only thing I heard
I
of
agree.
Fallout New Vegas was Fallout loading screen is what I heard it called as.
Play on PC now. Loading screens are really not that bad anymore.
I could imagine, yeah, on PC it'd be fine.
Yeah,
but
no,
it was
back
a-
when it came out on 360, yeah, it was kind of bad, but now,
I
you know, we
mean,
have
I
supercomputers.
haven't played it. Does it hold up? Like,
Oh, fuck yes, it does. I play it I play through it at least once every year.
Damn, that good.
Oh yeah, because here's the thing. It's like you play it as like if you go in the mindset of like I want to play this as a specific character, not like I want to play this as me. This is me in Fallout, or like I'm playing just to beat the game. Like if you actually go in and try to role play, there is such depth, and the best part about that game is, like, based on your own personal like worldviews, there are bad guys, but there's no really objective bad guy. There are people who do questionable things, but that's on every side. Of course, you can say, "Oh, Kaisar's Legion is the bad guy," but like from his point of view, he's the good guy, and he has reasons to back it up. And so you objectively have to choose who is right.
yeah,
in this.
that's
So
what
if you
made
want
that
to role
game
play,
so good. Is because it
that's
did
what makes-
that
exactly.
like questionable morality thing, and they did it really
instead
well.
of saying like, "Here's Big Dragon, hit Big Dragon in face, you
Yeah.
win, good job."
Get a shout.
that's- Yeah.
Give it a shout.
Oh, by the way, speaking of that, the people who
Easy
made,
now, Rachel. I can't podcast with an erection.
the people
You're not
the
on
people who
cam
made,
anymore.
Yeah, I know. My phone
are not
died.
Oblivion. The people who made New Vegas are making a new RPG. Obsidian. They're making new. It's called like the Outer World or something, and it's a space RPG, and it looks really fucking good.
Let me
I
check.
haven't heard anything about that. Is there?
They showed a trailer. I'll pull up the trailer. They showed it at the Game Awards. And I'm super
Got
super
it.
for because yeah, pull that shit up because it's just like a normal ass trailer. But they're the Outer Worlds. It's the people, and they even say in this from the people who made New Vegas.
That would be great.
It
Are
looks.
you erect, Rachel?
Wonderful. Let's
my
get
God.
started.
Wonderful.
Oh, Morty. We're in this.
Morty, we're on a new planet.
Oh,
I work. I burped
It
this
does
air.
look just like Rick, but yeah,
Welcome to the
it's just
the
space,
frontier of space.
New Vegas.
Well, at least it was.
Space
Corporations
Vegas.
Bought it, rented it, and started
Borderlands.
selling it ludicrously inflated
Yeah, it's
prices.
oh yeah.
Looks like Borderlands to me. That's Handsome Jack, but he's a scientist now and he's
On the
old.
edge of the colony.
Hey,
I'd
that's
say
not
for
a
myself,
con to
but
me.
the
I love
boys got a
Borderlands.
bounty.
This is Borderlands 3, isn't it?
No, this is not Borderlands.
Borderlands
3.
I'm fucking with you.
I wish it were Borderlands 3, but it's not. Yeah, this is Obsidian's new
Look, I
game,
get it.
which is
I've
just
been
going to be.
edging myself
on the
for
corporation
years
is
waiting
left
for
us with two
Borderlands
choices.
3.
Oh my god, my tits are
Supposedly,
shaking.
we're supposed to
thinking
get it
about
this year.
But you have to.
Very supposedly, we're supposed to get it this
choose
year.
now.
No, I don't.
Yeah,
believe
that's
it.
when this channel turns into a Borderlands 3 channel with a random
You know you're
podcast
gonna
every
have to choose
Tuesday.
one, right?
I'll be there as
But
well.
it's fine,
Yeah.
I guess. You
Yeah,
just keep
that
being
game is
you.
gonna be grinded the fuck out of.
Yeah.
Whenever it decides to come out.
Oh no, mine is going to be. You guys won't hear from me for fucking like months once Cyberpunk 2077 comes out.
That game does look sick as fuck.
It's made by fucking.
I was undecided on that game. I didn't even really
Everything on
understand
one.
it.
It looks like you could like play through it a bajillion times. That's
It's
what I
like
got out
if
of it.
the people who made The Witcher made a better Watch Dogs in a way, but actually made a good game. I don't know. It's not even like Watch Dogs though. It's just Cyberpunk. It's like Blade Runner the game. And Blade Runner is one of my favorite movies. So of course I'm gonna play that shit.
That looks fantastic.
But yeah,
Fight
Yeah, I'm
Club's
so
one
ready
of
for
my
that game.
favorite movies.
what is Fight Club? It's a good movie.
Nice. All right, I definitely have to take a piss.
I
real
went
quick, guys.
insane after I watched it and started a
dying.
Fight Club.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I know, right?
Oh,
That
he's-
was a
he's
lot
gone.
of fun.
Oh my god. He's gone.
Yeah, I know. One time in my Fight Club, I got punched so hard that like bubbles came out of my eyeball.
Okay.
It was like this Marine that showed up the one day.
So I'm gonna join you guys Fight Club. But first off, you did it wrong because you shouldn't have told him about the Fight Club. You're not supposed to talk about the Fight Club. Second off,
I mean, I don't. Yeah, we told everyone, man. You want to fight?
you guys want to fight just random people on the street?
So,
Lady with a baby, you want to fight?
so it was this guy I knew from high school, and his name
Okay.
was Oshen.
Okay.
I don't know if I should say his last name, even though nobody who matters is ever gonna see this.
I would say not. I would say not.
But he was this dude. He was straight from Kenya,
Okay.
and I was friends with him in high school. We were on the wrestling team together, and the football team. He was this giant, jacked black dude, 6'4", just fucking shredded.
God damn
And
it.
then he became a Marine. He did a tour in Iraq, and then he
Okay.
came back, and he joined our fight club.
Fuck you, Casey.
Well, this
Okay.
dude was like 240 pounds of shredded, jacked, like trained killer. And I decided I should fight him one day,
All right.
and I got the ass beating of a lifetime.
You don't say.
It was
A 6'4" shredded guy.
trained killer. Don't forget
Trained
that part.
killer. Oh, I'm sorry. I forgot about that part. Trained
Yeah.
killer. I want to fight
He-
this guy.
Yeah, he was taller.
He
than
don't
me.
look so
he was in better
tough.
shape than me. I knew I was gonna lose, but I didn't know how bad it was really gonna be.
God.
Because he punched me in the face so bad that I could blow bubbles out of my eyeball.
Can you still
Ow.
blow bubbles out of your eyeball?
No.
Did
that,
you gain a
oh, well,
skill
that's-
from this
yeah.
encounter? No?
No. I just got the worst ass. I mean, it changed my perspective. Like,
Okay, right.
it
It
kind
changed your perspective from what? Of fighting huge guys?
No, not
That was your own
necessarily.
perspective.
No,
I'm
it
gonna
just
take
kind
on
of.
people who are killers.
No, not that. It just kind of, you know. It's like eating like I've eaten the hottest pepper in the world too. It's kind of like that sort of thing.
No, but
Like,
that's
you
He's
gotta
a
get
sucker
really
for
bad-
pain. That gets him off.
No, but no, this doesn't work because that's like saying I'm gonna eat the hottest pepper, but all I've ever had is jalapenos. That's basically
it
what you
doesn't
just
matter.
said.
It doesn't
Yes,
matter
it-
though, because like in the end, it's still gonna fucking kill you. Like it doesn't matter how much experience you have, it's gonna kill you. And like it's just like yeah, you gotta eat the hottest pepper. Like yeah, I gotta fight the fucking 6'4" jacked Marine.
No,
Like-
because
Yeah,
look,
because you can't get much worse of an ass beating than that. I mean, come on.
But you don't have to fight them. It's like saying
I'm
I
on
was
deep
Taekwondo
Dylan
when I was a
here.
kid.
Like, this is a dumb idea.
No, but
I
like,
get
okay,
the whole hottest
No,
pepper
I'm gonna
go
thing,
punch, but
but
I'm gonna go
like
fight
when
Dwayne
you're
The
just
Rock Johnson
challenging
right
a
now.
random
But
dude,
like, what
who's gonna
worse
kill
ass
you.
beating am I gonna catch in my life?
Why would you want it?
Because like, it's not gonna get any worse from there.
Like for the story?
That's
What a
as
great-
bad as it's gonna
you know
get.
what?
You're
What a
trying to
great way to think of
experience your worst torture before it happens, so that you do
That's why I
already
hate the-
know what's gonna happen.
I ate the hottest pepper in the world. I've been tased.
See, I get the pepper thing because it's not. I mean, you're doing
Yeah,
it
the
to
pepper thing's
yourself, but
different.
letting someone just destroy you. I mean, you don't know what he's gonna
Yeah, I
do.
mean, why not go for it? You know, I'm not gonna like fight Chuck Liddell anytime in
I'd
my
rather-
life.
If you're gonna do it, do it big.
I
get it.
guess.
I get it.
I don't know. I'd rather
You
pit
know,
the biggest
it
guy on
makes
my
a good
team and have
story,
him fight
doesn't
my
it?
enemies. You know what I'm saying?
I get it. I wouldn't do it, but I get
It
it.
makes a good story, doesn't it?
It doesn't make a good story.
Yeah.
Look at this nice conversation we had from this story.
It's
Yeah,
beautiful.
exactly.
It's very delicate and lovely.
But yeah, I mean, every time Fats leaves, I just bring up something random.
Oh, it's perfectly fine.
Oh man. It's
Like the worst ass beating I ever took. What's the worst ass beating you ever took, Fats?
I'm like a lover, not a fighter.
Have you never been in a fight?
So,
No.
I was really drunk once, and this guy told me not to drive home, and I told him to fuck off. And then, in my rage to tell him not to, I slapped him in the face. So then he punched me in the face, and I was like, "Ah,
Okay.
fuck you!" And then I got in my car and drove away anyway. didn't get pulled over, didn't die. Don't
White
drunk drive,
privilege.
kids. It's bad for you. Fucking
drink and
don't.
drive.
It's
Don't be
really
white.
bad. It fucks your life. But yeah, that's my best fight scene. I don't fight.
I have more faith in you than that, Fats.
I got
Don't
nothing, man. I
surprise me.
could make up a
Okay,
good story, but it goes bad.
I'll go with it too. I'm more of a lover, not a fighter. I don't really like to fight people. But yeah, I've been like hit by people before. I don't like to fight people. So one time when I was 14, I got off the bus, and this guy had thought apparently he brought like a gun to school, and he thought that I told someone that he brought a gun to school, and he was like, and he like beat the shit out of me, and I was like, what the fuck? And then he found out the next day that it wasn't me, and then he got expelled, and that was kind of cool. But I also,
expelled.
but the other one was I was back in my college days. I was I was at a party, and I was really hammered, and I
Are
was
you an
walking down
angry
the street.
drunk? Are you a
No, I'm not an
secret
angry drunk.
drunk?
No, I'm even more of a lover whenever
Oh.
He gets handsy.
I get super handsy.
Why am I the only one here who likes to fight?
It's just not my thing. Not my thing. But
I went to
did get headbutted
Catholic
by a guy.
school.
I got headbutted by a guy that night. Because like we were talking for like 30 minutes, and then I
You
went to
got
go grab more
headbutted
beer.
by a guy?
Yeah. This dude was like 6'5", and like a huge like fucking stocky. He was,
Wow,
like,
that's a
muscular. He
weird
was, like,
move
stocky
for
boy.
a 6'5" dude. Like he would have had
No,
to
no,
like
so-
bend
so here's what-
significantly.
He did. So what happened was like I came back after like a conversation like an hour later, and I was like, hey man, what's up? How you doing? And I was like, I got even more hammered at that point, and he just completely ignored me, and I was like, oh well, fuck you too then. And then he turns around, and he goes, the fuck did you say to me? I was like, dude, what the
Oh.
fuck? I was like, oh, I see where this is going. I was like, dude, look man, it was a joke. We had a conversation earlier. Don't you remember? And he goes, oh yeah. And then he fucking headbutted me.
But what an asshole.
Yeah, that was a weird night back when I was 19. Oh
I've
man.
always been into like combat shit, like contact sports and shit like that.
Do you still have the uniform?
Yeah.
So for like, how long was that? It was whenever I was employed at Old Country Buffet, like 8 months of my life. I lived with my buddy in this 5-bedroom house in the ghetto,
Okay.
and what we would do on, oh man, almost a daily basis, probably 5 times a week, is we'd get a bunch of our friends over and we'd make a big pile of weed on the kitchen table.
Okay.
And then we'd smoke a bunch of weed and we'd go in the backyard and put on like boxing gloves and box each other. Just beat the shit out of each other.
Okay.
Like
Kids
a
in my high
lot
school did
over
that.
an 8-month period.
I just hit on the girls while they fought.
And that was like a lot of fun. That was probably the most fun I had in my life.
Yeah.
Just those times in that house. And
yeah.
then I went to
mean-
rehab
Oh, okay.
for the
What a
first
great
time.
ending to the story. There. Oh, nice.
Double nice.
Possibly sequel.
I,
yeah,
I lived a hard life up until the age of like 19.
Yeah.
God.
I don't know. Just I mean, I had a lot of friends that they did like contact sport, or they would fight and stuff. I was friends with a lot of druggies in high school. But no, I just never cared to do it. I never cared. Shouldn't like to. I don't like fighting people.
No.
I'd rather everyone just be happy. Even
Better
though it's
solution.
fruitless to think that, but
But
I
it
know.
was happy. We were all having a lot of fun.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, see, I'm not gonna scold you for doing something that you like. Just not what I do.
It was fun though.
No,
Sounds like
that
fun.
actually, you got me thinking. There was another almost fight scenario I was in.
I love hearing people talk about almost fights.
I
Oh,
was
man.
at a bar. This was back when I fucked up school, moved back home, so I was living in Waterford, barely making money, so I finally had enough, so I went out to Union
Okay.
Grove. Not a fantastic place to go out. Super rednecky. So I go to this bar, and I get my thing at bars is I get bored quickly, so I need music or something. So I just get real drunk and then
hate the
go
bars I go to.
dance like a stupid white drunk person, which I did.
Okay.
And I was, dancing with this chick, right?
Oh my
And
god!
then I
we
just
do not go to
I
the same bars.
barely remember. I barely remember, like, after this point. But I just remember I was dancing with some chick, and then
Okay.
this guy comes up, he's like, hey man, I don't think she wants to dance with you anymore. And my instant reaction was to shove him. So I shoved him real good, and then a fucking posse just gathers around me on the dance floor. Then my friend who invited me out just grabs my arm and yanks me away from this giant group of people. And yeah, I got yanked out of there and ended up driving home. Well, I didn't drive, but my other friend who was also definitely... Yeah, don't drunk drive, kids. It was a scary drive, but we made it. And like the next week, I posted some stupid Facebook comment or something. I don't know. Maybe I took a picture of food or something. Whatever. And this guy comments on it. Or no, it was some kind of drinking post. And he comments on it. Oh, yeah, like you threw a fucking beer bottle through my buddy's window. You gotta pay for that. I'm like, what the fuck? Who are you? I remember...
That has way more good drunk stories.
It was
It's like
like-
drunk
Yeah.
fuck up stories than me.
It's ridiculous. And this guy's like, dude, you were the only one drinking Coors that night, and you fucking chucked, and he had a broken Coors bottle and shattered his back window or some shit, and I'm just like, bitch, I don't know what the fuck you talking about. But why are you doing this on Facebook? This is really weird. like I had other people
God.
commenting. I
See-
was like, what is happening? And then it
The
just
only good
nothing
drunk
ended up
fuck
happening.
Story,
I
the only
didn't
good drunk
chuck
fuck
no
up-
bottle at no window shield.
as far as you know.
I know that I didn't. I see, like, there's certain things that trigger memories when you're blackout hammered, and that's one of them. Chucking a bottle through a windshield and hearing glass shatter, yeah, you would definitely hear that and know that and remember. No, there's no fucking way. No way.
See, my best drunk fuck up was I told you this before last week's podcast. My 22nd birthday was a shit show.
Oh, so was mine.
Oh, I don't
Go
know
on with
if
your story.
I
Go on
don't
with your
know if
story.
you know the extent. So it was me, my two roommates who are probably like my best friends. We grew up together.
Okay.
You know, we go over to each other's house and our moms call each other son and shit like that.
Yeah.
And so we were living together, and we were celebrating my 22nd birthday because for my 21st birthday I was working two jobs. So for my 21st birthday, my celebration was I stopped at a I stopped at a bar between job 1 and job 2 and had 2 beers and went to my
Nice.
next job. So my 22nd birthday, we were going big.
Okay.
So we all dropped acid. It was me, my roommates, and 2 other guys, and then a few chicks at our house. And so we all dropped acid, and then I started making a shepherd's pie so we would all have food for the night, and I planned on doing that day anyway. And we all started drinking. So we had like 3 handles of scotch.
Yeah.
Because we're all whiskey drinkers. So we started making scotch drinks, and then my one roommate had an entire wine cabinet, and he just kind of broke out, what was it, like 6 bottles of wine, 7 bottles of wine,
Oh, jeez.
and he just hands me a bottle and goes, start drinking. So I start drinking a whole bottle of wine, and then I immediately throw it up, and then start drinking more wine because, you know, I threw up the first wine.
Okay. As you do.
And yeah, and then, you know, the acid kicked in by then, so we're all tripping balls and we're all getting super drunk and smoking weed.
Yeah.
And then my buddies go, hey, it's time to get your birthday punches. And I'm fucked up, and they're fucked up. So I'm like, all right, let's fucking do it. And like birthday punches when you're a kid or whatever,
Yeah.
like you're children, and it's not a lot of punches,
Yeah.
and you're getting punched by children. But when you're 22 and you're getting punched by grown men punching your arm as hard as they can,
Yeah.
your arm
Like,
turns
oh,
into
fuck.
like ground beef.
Ugh.
Oh,
So
man.
so they punch me 22 times. They take turns, 11 for each, and then one for good
Okay.
luck. So my arm is just like purple and disgusting looking. And we continue with the party, and then since I got the shit beat out of my arm, I got this idea in my head that like I could go ahead and punch everyone at the party in the face once. So I would go up to
Oh, okay.
everyone and be like, "Hey, let me punch you in the face. It's my birthday." And they'd be like, "All right." So I wind up and punch him in the face. And 2 people got knocked out during that. But then there was this like weird kind of, because all of us were on acid. There was this weird vibe going around, and then we all kind of got aggro, and then we all just kind of started beating the shit out of each other for fun. And then my one buddy got way too fucked up, and he kept trying to like run out of the house, so we'd have to like run out after him and drag him back in. But then the one time, and it was
That was
raining
me.
like a
I'm
bitch
that
outside
guy.
too. It was raining like a bitch outside too. So the one time he ran out, and all of us like were like, it was in the middle of the summer, so we had like our shirts off and shit. And the one time it was like 3 in the morning. He runs out of the house. We run out after him. We have to like we grab him and are like wrestling him back in the house, and we're like slopping through the mud. We're all shirtless and it's raining and shit. And I look over and I just see a set of headlights, and there's this dude in his car just watching us do this.
Oh, jeez.
And I have to
And
imagine how
Dylan's that
weird this
guy.
looks. Like this Spanish dude runs out of the house, and then this shirtless black dude and white dude come out and just like drag him back into the house.
No, I don't want to go.
Jeez.
Get in the house,
And it
Jimmy.
just kind of escalates from there. Like the living room floor gets flooded with red wine puke, and fucking some guy passes out on the kitchen table, and this and that.
That just
And
sounds like
yeah,
a
that
normal
was my
Tuesday.
22nd birthday.
Jesus Christ.
That was last Tuesday, and every Tuesday ever since.
Oh God, Ken.
That was
Great.
like that was a terrible, like an extremely terrible, but my only good shit drunk story. Like I've never had like a shitty drunk experience other than that.
I've had a lot of those.
Oh, man.
They suck. You wake up the next morning covered in bruises and confused. Hopefully
Oh
you're
my
in
god,
a bed.
my arm for the next 2 weeks. Holy fuck. There was like the nastiest looking bruise, and it migrated from the front of my arm all the way to like my arm over the 2 weeks. It was the weirdest thing.
God,
No, yeah, you're right, Rachel. It's Pennsylvania.
you're that's a pretty crazy one. Yeah, no,
Yeah, I know.
I never really joined in on the fight clubs they always did. I was more of the hit on the chicks while the dudes fought kind of guy. But I didn't
mostly
even
have,
usually
like-
go. I was more of the stay-at-home, play video games kind of guy most of the time. Let's
I
be
mostly
real.
I mostly have good weird drunk stories instead of bad ones.
No, mine
a bunch
usually
of
involve-
weird shit happens and it works out well.
Never.
I got drunk one time and got $1 million.
No, but I walked in.
Nice.
Oh my god. I shouldn't get into that. I should save that for
That's
another podcast.
God,
All right.
yeah, we all.
Didn't you have a good one, Dylan?
Oh, jeez. I
Didn't
mean,
you
I
have
don't
a
have like
good
a lot
one?
of. I don't have like a lot of like great stories. A lot of times it's just me. My nights usually end up with me just sitting in my room and listening to a lot of really fucking good music. But there was one time at the company Christmas party, and it was I was working in Memphis, and we had just gotten this new owner, and he took us out and just paid at like this really nice restaurant for like all of our food and all of our drinks.
Nice.
And it was so good. It was the point to where I would sit down an empty glass of like Jack and Coke, and another one would miraculously appear while I looked down to eat some food. So I had like 7 while I was there, which was
You went
great.
to a fancy
Ooh,
restaurant.
7's a good amount of Jack.
Yeah,
and
because I'm white
Cokes.
trash. I'm white trash. I'm white
I don't
trash.
mean to
man.
criticize.
They didn't have Miller Lite, so you know. I had to
I'm
go
a
with
I'm a
Jack and Coke.
fucking scrub. I'm a
Oh my god, Mike's
High
man,
class
you're gonna
scrub.
get a kick out of this. This is why Dylan
No,
is
no,
like
let
my
Dylan
new best
finish.
friend. That's fantastic. He asked me what kind
So-
of beer I wanted. I got nice
Oh, yeah.
beer, and he's like, "Well, I don't evolve from anything but white trash," so he brings over Miller Lite.
Yeah, fuck yeah, dude.
man.
I fuck
See,
with Miller Lite.
I'm a fucking scrub snob.
He's
when
a
it comes to
snob
alcoholic
drinker.
beverages.
See, I'm fine with snob beers, but
I
I'm
love
also
them,
poor.
too.
So,
I mean, I feel
I
you.
drink
That's why I
trash.
only get 1 case of paycheck.
but anyways, yeah, we went to this restaurant
Except I
and then,
got good old Yingling this week.
and then we started walking down like Beale Street, like downtown, and I had the bright idea to call my new the owner of this whole company that I work for. I told him to call. I called him my N-word, but I didn't say N-word.
What?
Oh,
And I
Wait,
still had
no,
my job
you,
the next
you
day.
said you said quote.
I said
my
quote,
N-word.
I said quote, you in Memphis now, you my N-word, and that's exactly what I said. But I didn't say I didn't say N-word. I said the
you
actual
didn't
word.
say nigga. You said
No,
N-word.
no. Whoa, hold on. We're on Twitch. That's why I didn't say.
That's fine.
I don't-
I have a
I
black
said-
card. I was raised by a black family.
That's
God,
fine. No, yeah, no. I actually said it. I don't. I was just joking around. I don't care. Like I was fucked up, and I just didn't give a
Yeah,
fuck.
I know.
Yeah,
It's
know, I
just-
get
it's
the
all
feeling.
About context.
I
It's
get
all
you.
about
But
context.
I kept my job, which was fine. But what happened later on is we keep drinking, and this
Did
one
he bring
fucking
it up?
dude.
Ever?
No, he never brought it up again. He was like always super fucking nice to me. I'm like, all right, then I guess he is.
That's
So,
awesome.
so, yeah. Later on in the night, there's this fucking dude, like this mongoloid who worked with us. And I can say that because he was just like a complete asshole. Like
But was he a
He-
Mongol?
he was a straight up mongoloid. I kind of had.
But was
he
he
kinda,
Mongolian?
He looked like if Hacker Man had more caveman DNA.
Okay, that's beautiful.
Like,
That's beautiful.
So, talking about straight mongoloid.
This is
But
my
he-
favorite podcast.
This is a
He,
good one.
This is
he
my
kept trying to hit on this girl that worked at the company with us, and he got really fucking hammered and kept saying, "Come on, she's coming back to my apartment. She's coming back." And I was like, "Look, I've known her since high school. Sure, she's gonna come back to your apartment. Just please stop running out in the middle of the fucking road and let me go take you back to your apartment." And by this time, I'm like, oh gee, I spent like $100 at a bar. I had 7 Jack and Cokes, and someone was about to give me tequila shots, and I finally got him back by saying that I knew her from high school, even though I didn't know who the fuck this person was that he was talking about. Got him back, and then I went back and they were like, "Hey, good job handling that. Here's a shot of tequila." And then I had like 3 shots of tequila, and I was like, "Man, it's fucking 4 a.m. in downtown Memphis."
Tequila. I can't
could
handle
call it-
tequila.
I love tequila.
I was like, "Well, I could call an Uber home, but I really want to go to sleep." So I broke into the baseball park where I worked and fell
Oh
asleep on the
my
couch.
god.
That's awesome.
And woke up the next day.
Yeah.
I worked at a baseball
went
park
home.
too.
Oh, nice.
That was my first job.
Hell
was-
yeah.
Oh my god. Well, so
How
wait,
old
where
was
did
I?
you sleep at the baseball park? Do they have beds?
Yes, I slept at the baseball park.
Like,
The
do they
couch
have
was-
beds, or did you sleep in the grass? Where did you sleep?
No, there was a
Is
couch.
that
there
how
was a
you got
couch.
fired?
No, I didn't get fired. I never got fired.
That's awesome.
I openly told people about that story. I was like, "What did you want me to do? Drive home drunk?" Like, no. I was like, okay. I didn't want to pay for an Uber, so I slept.
Your reasoning is spot on. That's a
Oh,
great.
man.
That's a good one.
I don't
Yeah.
know what that is, Rachel, but
The only other decent one. This is a short one. It's not a super
'Cause-
long one. At the Video Game Awards, I got
you went to the
really
VGAs.
Yeah, I went to the VGAs. It was pretty cool. I got really fucking hammered, and this guy
That's
that was
what
with us,
I would do at the VGAs.
he after we got out, he was kind of feeling like a bit bummed. He was like, "No, I don't really like talk to people," and I just go if I don't know anyone and I know I'm never going to see them again, I really don't care. Like
Yeah,
I'm
I
super,
know,
super-
That's a
right?
good
Me-
approach
me
to
too.
random strangers.
Yeah, me too.
But so we were eating at this restaurant, and I had like I had 5 or 6 beers and a couple martinis because this restaurant didn't have beer. So I was like, okay, look, it's really easy. All you gotta
Gotta
do
get the
is
Manhattan
go
over
up to
the
a random
martini.
person. You gotta go to a random person and just talk to them and just whatever, and they're not gonna care. He's like, yeah, but it's hard to do. And so I found like this fucking old couple. They're like 60 years old or like 60 or 70, and they're sitting right next to us. I'm like, hey, you guys want to take a picture with me? And I'm like being a drunk asshole, and I wish I wasn't because like I feel really bad about it now, and I still have the pictures on my phone of this random fucking
Can you
old
show
dude
it on
who's,
the
like,
on the cam?
from
Can you show
Venezuela.
it?
Yeah, I'll put it in. It's nothing bad. I was hammered.
That's awesome.
It was this old dude from fucking like Venezuela or something, and then I was in
This
LA,
is the
so like
best podcast so far. I'm
they
just like,
they had.
It's
Oh, I just want to
solid.
let you know. Right after that, I decided to go ice skating, which
Genius.
is the best thing to do when you've been drinking.
Of
Yeah.
course. That's
Um,
that's my
and-
first thing every time.
Yeah.
All I remember after that is
Have a couple
I-
beers, ice skating. Yeah.
I
Anywhere,
paid for someone to
everywhere.
come ice skating. I remember I kept falling because I couldn't keep my balance, and I'm like, man, this ice is fucking weird. And then I went to Smash Burger, and I got a big ass burger. I called an
Nice.
Uber. The Uber never came, so I ate my burger on the sidewalk, called a Lyft, and went back to the fucking hotel.
Oh my god.
And that was my story in LA at the VGA.
Oh my fucking.
And I
That's
didn't
fucking-
even get to meet Ninja. I was really fucking upset. That was the number one thing I was upset with.
Oh my
Man,
god.
no, that would have. Man,
Dude,
that would have been fucking.
Please tell me
that
you
would've-
saw the ninja video of him at the New Year's
Ah.
thing where he tried to get the people to floss.
Hold on,
You
so
see that shit?
That shit was hilarious.
hold on, so let me share these. I'll put them in the
I
Discord
want
real
to see
quick.
it, yeah.
Wait,
Uh,
I'm in the Discord.
Well, I'm putting them in the.
The chat,
Oh,
private
man.
chat,
In the
not the
channel.
general. Are we good?
No,
Yeah.
no. I'm putting them in the channel.
All right, do it. Yeah, drop it.
Right there. So there are 2. This is me at
Oh,
the
man.
VGAs. I've got some others too. But yeah, there's the random old guy.
The random old dude.
Oh yeah, his name's Jimmy because I titled it "Me and Jimmy in L.A."
Me and Jimmy in
That's his
LA.
Shouts
Jimmy
out to
looks
Jimmy.
like a great dude.
Yeah.
Shouts out to
Yeah.
Jimmy.
Jimmy, I
Jimmy,
hope
man.
you
What-
see this someday.
He was there with his family, and they were just having a nice dinner until this
Oh,
drunk
that's
asshole
dope.
asked to take a picture with him.
What's that trophy thing?
You're even like cross-eyed
So-
a little bit.
Yeah, and so yeah, there's me.
I'm so
There's
jealous.
me with. We got to take pictures with the actual thing, the actual trophy,
Oh, that's
and
sick.
or the award, and that was pretty cool. I liked that. Other ones are just pictures of like the center and stuff.
That's pretty
but
fucking
yeah, it was-
sweet, dude.
It was cool.
I'm so jealous.
I
I
had
got-
a
I got-
similar thing to that when I made an ass of myself over the fucking guy who won the American Beatbox Championships that year.
Yeah.
I was just super drunk, and I fucking went up to him after he had won, and I made an ass out of myself.
That's
Man.
beautiful.
I was like, I wasn't mean to them, but I did interrupt their very nice dinner, and I kind of feel bad about that. But also, I was like, whatever, you know.
Fuck them. They
Fuck 'em.
they
No,
probably
they
had
were
a
very
good
nice
idea.
people. They were very nice people.
They probably
Actually,
had
they
a
very
good,
funny
like,
story.
Thing
Very
out of
funny
it.
story.
Yeah. No,
Yeah,
that's
exactly.
Good.
They get a funny story out of it too. So
I don't think it's a bad thing. That's solid. You good at heart. Well, shit.
yeah, those are a couple of my stories. So
Awesome. Well, I think it's been an amazing pleasure having you as a guest. MicSpam,
Oh,
what do you
thanks, guys.
say we wrap this bad boy up?
I was like a blizzard.
Well, right on. Ba-da-ba-da-ba-da. My name's Fats. This has been the For the Glory podcast.
My name's Mike Spam.
I know, I did that so out of order.
Yeah, you did.
there's an order.
There is an
Oh, no,
order.
I'm
We have an
already
intro and an outro.
Oh, okay.
I just, yeah. Hang on, let me. Let me
Wait,
try
you guys
that
have-
again. This has been the For the Glory podcast.
music?
My name's
Yeah.
Fats.
And I'm Mike Spam.
Hi.
We do
I'm
have music
Dylan.
to play us out.
Oh, you want some music to play us you out? I can play you guys some music to play you out. Hold on.
Do it.
Do
We'll make this the outro
it.
of the YouTube vid.
It'll be beautiful. Oh, he's got a guitar and everything. Yes.
Oh.
This is going to be beautiful.
Extra special YouTube outro.
Oh, it stopped.
Dylan, we can't hear you.
Dylan, it was
Not
working.
working.
It
It's
was
not working anymore?
It
What's
was,
doing
and
that?
then it wasn't. Now I can hear it.
You guys do your outro. Here's some music for you.
Oh, okay. This has been the For the Glory
Don't sing it.
podcast.
Don't sing it.
You should sing it. Sing it more.
No, you gotta talk smooth. This has been the For the Glory podcast with your regular hosts, Colonel Fat 69
That's
and
me.
your favorite smooth talking DJ, MicSpam. With special guests, it's just Dylan. Just Dylan. There's no other special guests. It's just Dylan. You all have yourselves a fantastic evening. Peace out.